Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's good?
What's going on, y'all?
I'm chilling. I'm vibing right now. How we doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good.
Mm,
What's good, fellas?
what the hell?
Audio's not
Audio.
connecting.
Yeah, no, I was monitoring the stream. That's why I wanted to make sure everything was good.
I could be bad and just make this go live in my stream right now.
Oh, word?
Yeah, they have the option. I just saw this for Stream Together. You can pipe the video from this into
Oh,
your.
word?
Third? How do I do that?
Look back at the Stream Together. Look at the bottom of the where it has all our previews. Stream this video on your channel. So Jolty and I should see. Cash, you shouldn't see it, but Jolty and I should see that.
Oh, okay. I'm like, duh. It's on my channel. I don't know why I went to go search for it. Jackass.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens.
That's crazy.
Oh no! Then I have to copy a browser source into my OBS of your stream and then go live and over. Okay, yeah,
I'm good. Just invite me to the guest star.
yeah, we're good here. Never mind that.
Bello Legends, what's good? Is shared chat on, by the way, guys?
Share chat. I'm not sure.
Shared chat would require us to be live.
Yeah.
Host can enable. Oh, Jay is the host, so I would have to back out and then invite you guys. I'm gonna back out
How am I the host?
because you sent the invite first.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and re-invite you guys.
Yep.
See, this is why pre-show is important, guys.
True.
Lucky Gadget Girl, what's good? Welcome in.
Uh-oh. She telling you off right now.
Change the game. I didn't.
What up, Lucky
do
Gadget?
Warriors of Light? Is that what we're doing? Are we playing Warriors of Light together?
I don't know what that was.
We're professionals.
Right. There you go, Lucky. I fixed it.
Look in chat, Cash.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if you see that, Reaper. It's Bello, because that's Bello's catchphrase, pretty much. The nice. So now Jay turned him into an emote.
Dang.
I wonder if I could upload the bigger one because that's a 250 pixel one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try later.
Cash, whatever your bot's doing, it didn't change your stream game title. That's why you probably think you're doing it. It's not. It doesn't have access.
I just changed it though. I changed it manually just now.
Yeah. Let me refresh.
See, that's why I didn't have access to shared chat just now. Now I do. I just sent it to you guys.
Yep, I just hit join.
And then I turned on start shared chat. So now you guys should be able to see all the conversations in your chat.
But our streams have to be live for that to happen.
Really?
Yep.
Team can chat until live. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Totally right.
Yeah, I've been doing co-streams with Lucky for It Takes Two, so I've noticed all the little nuances.
How are you guys enjoying It Takes Two?
It's good. Make sure all parties have good spatial awareness. The jumping sections can get you sometimes.
I tried to play with my wife, but I found out that I had to teach her how to play the game while we're playing the game. That wasn't fun. We're gonna have to start her off with like basic games. Yeah, I mean some side-scrolling adventure games like Super
she
Mario.
Doesn't game at all.
No, she does not.
Yeah, there's too many things coming at her at once. There's platforming, puzzle solving, swing mechanics.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to start her off very basic.
Yeah, play Streets of Rage first.
Streets of Rage.
Left and right, beat people up.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to do something, but that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna fly. Right. Let me just get into the intro real quick. We can skip past that because we're gonna go with the podcast, the audio version. We just go straight into the. I don't know if you guys have been listening to the audio podcast. Y'all should go check it out on. Let me just do the regular intro now. Y'all get the picture in a second. Okay. Welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly deep dive in the biggest news in gaming. start over, redo. So, welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly deep dive in the biggest news in gaming. We're available on all major podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of the podcast being available on YouTube at Gamer Actual. This podcast is proudly a part of the KXI Network. To learn more about KXI Network and all our offerings, check the show notes below. Now, if you're enjoying the show, be sure to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform of choice. It really helps us out. Now, with all that said, welcome in, actual gamers. I'm your host, Cash, and with me tonight, we ain't got Heartless, no Mori, but got some dope people in here tonight. We got Reaper PC and the one and only Joe TJ. Welcome in, everybody. How y'all doing, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going
How's
on?
that? How's that?
No.
I feel like I corrected it the second time.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
That was nice.
Right.
Yeah, I'd give the first one a 3 out of 10. The final one, I gets a good solid 8.5 out of 10.
All right. I'll take it. So how are we doing tonight? Yo, Reaper. So it's been a while since you've been on the show. I want to ask, what games are you playing?
Right now, It Takes Two, Intrepid Izzy on the Dreamcast, Warzone because with friends, and that's pretty much been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Intrepid, I don't know if I know that one.
Intrepid Izzy was a multi-platform release, but VGA Soft, a New York company, much less VGA Soft NY, was publishing it on some retro platforms, including the Dreamcast over there. So when I went to LI Retro, part of my package with the tickets was a couple of games from VGA NY Soft. So that was one of them for the Dreamcast.
Okay. First and foremost, let's just shout out our viewers real quick. Lucky Gadget Girl, Bellow Legends, Killed by My Spirit, Queen Mouse. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed it this year. I feel like it snuck up on me so fast this year, because I remember we talked about it last year, Reaper. I was like, definitely going this year. Nope, I did not go this year.
If you are in the tri-state area, you're into video game culture, I recommend everyone check it out. Even if you're not really into old games so much, there's new stuff there too. They have fighting game tournaments on deck from old to new. They have different exhibits. It's a fun time to be had for those of us of the culture.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, so we should definitely figure out how to go next year. I want to go to that next year. We're doing Defender North again next year.
Of course.
And I also want to do TwitchCon next year. Those three things that I'm looking forward to.
West Coast?
Yes, West Coast.
Yeah.
TwitchCon needs to have an East Coast event though. Like, come on, bro.
I agree with you. All the East Coasters agree with you.
So why? Why not? They'll have like smaller events, because I went to one last year. It was called just the meetup, like a meetup thing, but it was in Manhattan at the OS. You know, the OS Gaming Lounge.
Yep.
Yeah, they had an event there, and I think they're gonna have one this year again. So I might go to that one again. It was cool. I met a few cool people.
If it wasn't for Manhattan, if I plan enough in advance, I might make it. But me and Manhattan don't get along for a long time now.
No, I didn't drive though. I took the train. I did. It's a Long Island Railroad though, Reaper. I didn't take like the regular metro.
Okay, as a Long Island Railroad person,
Fancy
I'm all the way at the end of the line.
Yeah.
So when I get on it,
Right.
I'm on it for a bit. So somebody better wake me. I gotta set an alarm or something. Wake up in Manhattan like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, damn. But yeah, Jay, what about you? What are you playing?
I've been playing a lot of games, mainly Guilty Gear Strive right now. A little bit of Street Fighter and Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you liking Wuthering Waves? I've never even checked it out.
I love it. It's fluid. The combat is simple enough, but it has a nice way to tier difficulty that makes it fun. So I've been enjoying the visuals. Is crazy.
Dope. All right, so folks, every week there's always games that get released. Usually we have a stack list. Sometimes we have a smaller list. This week we kind of have a few heavy hitters that came out this week. We're gonna just hop right in. Now, I won't be covering every game that came out this week. I'll probably just pick three out of the few, and then the rest will be on our Reddit page. So go check out our Reddit pages. You know what I mean? So, number one was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, if y'all don't know what Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is, unless y'all have been living under a rock, the entire internet has been going crazy over this game. Now, frankly, personally, I don't know why, but I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick. Okay, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero takes the legendary gameplay of Budokai Tenkaichi series and raises it to a whole new level. Make yours the destructive power of the strongest fighters ever to appear in Dragon Ball. Okay, now this game features over 181 characters, which is wild to even think about. Right? Online, it has online play naturally. You can also have I guess you can call these varied story missions, like a what do you call those, offshoot story missions in the game that were never in the original series. So certain characters will have a different storyline in this. You can recreate your favorite battles throughout the Dragon Ball Z stories, or set up your own dream story battles with your favorite characters. Okay, discover and unlock new encounters for your favorite Z fighters and more. Now, I don't know about you guys, but is anybody looking to get into Sparking Zero?
I thought
Eventually,
about it.
Mm.
Go
Th-
for it. Rupert.
Represent eventually.
eventually, I I have a feeling it's going to be like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, where
Nah.
massive interest at first,
And then fall off.
and then this taper.
Yeah.
And I was a part of the massive interest when that first dropped.
Mhm.
I didn't pay retail, but I paid close to retail. And then I noticed the interest fall off, and everyone always says, "Oh, we should get back into it, we should get back into it," and it never happens. And now the new one's out, and I think time's just going to repeat itself. Not a
Right.
knock against the game. It's just that seems to be what the vibe is around the game itself.
Bro, I feel like there's the hype that I experienced from this game. Now, I'm not knocking anybody, bro, but the level of hype that I've seen online is just astronomical. I'm like, but why though? It just feels like the same game from back in the day. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why it's the nostalgia of it. That's probably it. But man, I don't. Me personally, I don't see the hype. Now, I'm not knocking it. You know, do your thing, but just for me personally, I don't think this is my cup of tea. But hey,
Right. I thought about getting it for the nostalgia, but I've been watching gameplay on Twitch, and I'm like,
Mm.
it's not at this stage in my gaming career. It's not appealing to me at
right.
all.
So
Um,
here's the
but
thing.
I'm not gonna knock it because it looks like a fun game that casuals can get into
Yeah, I
and
think that's what
enjoy.
it
Yeah,
is. I
yeah,
think that's why it's so exciting. It's exciting for casuals.
yeah.
I
Yep.
think that's what it is. Now, when it comes to like the story mode, I'd personally play it because of that. Like I'd play that portion, but in terms of like competitively, hell no. I'm not playing it competitively.
I watched a couple of folks from my circles who are stereotypically Warzone folks.
Yeah.
One even said they swore off of fighting games because of how badly they got beat as a kid, whatever. And these people are now playing this game live on air. I had to hit one dude. I'm like, I thought you were done with fighting games. Oh, but not this one. This is different. So, like
Right.
you said, towards the casuals,
Yeah.
this kind of pulls them in. It's a Dragon Ball Z nostalgia. They get to experience all the fights from the story.
Right.
They remember the last time they were even interested in those games and all of that. Just, I think this is also the first game after Akira Toriyama.
Yes, I think so
The
too.
new Dragon Ball Z series is about to drop. Diama.
Hmm.
It's just the perfect storm of all these things intersecting in the Dragon Ball mythos that just kind of, I think, created this.
Yeah. So I think it's just the time. It's the timing of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's as you said, Akira Toriyama. I didn't even think about that actually, but that also probably why.
Um, was Toriyama responsible for Sandland? Because
Yeah,
Sandland I
it
think
was.
came out
I think,
after.
I think Sandland was it his project or did he work on the character designs? Double check that. Fact check me on that, please.
Well, it says it was written and illustrated by Akira
Okay,
Toriyama.
so he was
Yeah.
written and illustrated. Okay, so yeah, it was
Mhm.
his project as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one
How?
dropped after?
Yeah. How was that received? I'm not sure.
I never played it. It looks it looks a little too outside of my interest.
You know what it looked like?
But it
Blue
looks
Dragon.
gorgeous though. It does look
Yes,
gorgeous. I ain't gonna lie.
you can tell that it's a Toriyama game too.
Art
Like the
style.
design, yeah, the
Yeah.
That art
design,
style's all him. Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
I can't remember the game that it looks. Is it Dragon Quest? It looks like Dragon Quest.
Dragon
It
Quest.
does,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
And it's also that's also Toriyama.
Yep.
So yeah, but I wanted to try it, but I just, bro, I've gotten to the point where, so my brother has a saying, and I feel like I'm slowly adopting that saying. Can't play them all. And bro, when I tell you, bro, this is one of them that if I try it out, it's probably if I got it on sale or I got it for free. And when I mean sale, I mean like $15, $10 type situation. I'm not spending anything more than that for these things. I'm sorry. There's certain games though for sure that I might shell out. Like for instance, Grand Theft Auto when it comes out next year. That might be like a day one cop because it's Grand Theft. Reaper said no. Why not, Reaper?
What's the hold up, Reaper?
Well, one, it's not going to be on my preferred platform.
Well,
But
true. It's
two,
not going to be on PC. You're right.
Yeah. Two, even when it does drop on PC, I'm not spending retail. It's a long tail game. It's going to be here
No, true.
Yeah.
for a
You're
long
right.
time. There's no rush.
5 is still here. Think about that for a second. 5 is over 12 years old,
Still
bro.
going hot. Yep.
Over 12 years old. I can't even think of a game that's been going for that long, that strong.
What's crazy is it's going to keep going.
Yeah. Until.
Because remember, even as online and single player focus goes towards 6,
Mhm.
the RP community took over the hype
Yeah,
around
you're
5.
right. And
And
that's the
RP
reason
is
why it's
not
still
going to
alive.
be, and RP is not going to be day one there. So they're going to move when the RP servers are capable, not a day sooner.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
I totally agree.
There's a lot of games that's been around, with a strong player base still, Cash. I can think of like Final Fantasy 14,
What, longer than GTA?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, yeah.
GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5. GTA 5 has been going for a while, bro.
When did GTA,
GTA 5
come
came out when we were still back in Jamaica, Jay.
I know.
So and it's still going.
2013. Actually, Final Fantasy 14 came out in 2010, so it's been longer. Yeah.
It's been longer.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And people still play World of Warcraft, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I feel like people still play World of Warcraft, but I feel like with GTA, it's still mainstream, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft is still here, but I feel like it's kind of niche now. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that.
Well, a lot of them went niche and survived. Yeah. Team Fortress is niche. Counter-Strike is technically niche, but it's always in the top 5 played on Steam.
On Steam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dota's niche, but there's there are a few games that have lived longer.
Yeah. But yeah. Moving on to our next game, which is Europa. Came out October 11th. It's on Switch and PC. Developed by Helder Pinto, Chizobo or Chizabo. I hope I'm saying those names correctly. And Nova Dust Entertainment, published by Future Friends Games. Okay, so it says, in the moon of Europa, a lush terraformed paradise in Jupiter's shadow, an android named Z sets out to search for answers and run and glide, fly across the landscape, solving mysteries in the ruins of the fallen utopia and discover the story of the last humans alive. So you're telling me, so this is a future. It almost looked more epic to me now, but now that I read it, it's a more futuristic story. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks very like Studio Ghibli inspired. It looks like Breath of the Wild. There's a lot of those games. That's the vibe that I get from that game. What are your thoughts about these guys?
I'm not focused on it, but I see the Studio Ghibli
inspiration, right?
Yeah. Oh, this just dropped this past Friday.
Yeah.
Can we show the viewers what's up? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the look of the game, but games like this, I think I will always skip because I feel like they need combat, and from the gameplay,
it's mostly traversal and puzzle solving.
Yeah, it's all puzzle, platforming. Yeah, I'd probably skip it. Yeah,
this is very much, this is a humanoid Stray.
Ah,
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see that now. You're
Okay.
totally
I
right.
can, I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like
What do you guys notice though? You think there's a lot of these games that are kind of like popping up here and there, and it's getting like, I don't want to say mainstream appeal, but it's like getting a lot of attention. Like a lot of these games that come out nowadays
Yeah.
that have
Like
this.
this
Hmm.
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can think of one game that I actually played like this, where there was no combat. It was just traversal, puzzle solving, that kind of thing, platforming.
Hmm.
Rhyme. Have you ever played Rhyme?
No.
Yeah, I got it for free on the Epic Store and decided, you know what, why not? It's free. And that game looks equally gorgeous. Yeah.
This looks fun though. I'd
I
play
think another
this.
one, Death Stranding is technically in this arena
Death
to me.
Stranding.
It looks more
Ah.
realistic, but you're just exploring the environment and doing missions, but you're not. There's no real combat. You technically you want to get away from whatever it is.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
just
seen anybody.
traversal.
Yeah, so I think those games are where big budget mainstream titles can go.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had those. Like you saw some of them with platformers in the 16-bit era.
Yeah.
But combat, we got combat heavy with 32-bit era and after.
Mm-hmm.
But there used to be more games like where you would just traverse the environment. You really didn't want to encounter an enemy, and if you did, you were running away. There was no way to combat at one point.
Hmm.
Right.
So I think this is more of a resurgence because they see these exploration games kind of take off.
Not only that, I think the streaming community adopts it very well as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of these games, people play them on stream, and it's just like people like watching it.
well, it's not only that. How hard would it be for you to converse with your chat playing one of these? You're not worried
Exactly.
about combat.
Right.
True. It's all about the traversal and the puzzle solving of it all.
I think the best part is that it's $13. So
Yeah, Heartless would say that's a win in his
absolutely.
book.
Is that $13 on sale or is that full
It's
retail?
13. No, it's $13 on sale. It's 10% off right now because I think
Oh,
it's
that's
an
still nothing.
That's
introduction.
still,
Yeah,
that's still amazing. Yeah.
yeah, it's an introductory rate. So I think it's like $15 ultimately. But
Who made this? Are these indie devs I'm seeing on this?
yeah, I think they're indie devs. Future Friends, I think should be indie. No, Future Friend Helder Pinto should be an indie dev, if I'm not mistaken.
Future Friend seems to trend towards these kind of games, though.
Yeah, like if you look at the games that they've
Catalog,
made.
yeah.
Yep. For
you know
sure.
what? Hats off to it.
Mhm.
It's not going to be everyone's. We know Jolty's not playing it, right?
No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not playing it. It kind of
Is
looks
it-
like. Sorry, I cut you off. I'm
No,
sorry.
go.
It kind of looks like Genshin Impact. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, it does. It's cell shaded. It's kind of cell shaded, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not have thought to make that. I can't unsee it now, but I wouldn't have thought to make that correlation.
Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. I'm really willing to try it out. So this is one of the games that we could actually try out, Jay, on one of our potential shows that we've been talking about for the longest while.
Right. I'm not against it, especially games because games like this are usually super short. You can finish them in a day. So I guess I'd be willing.
Yeah. Like I said, guys, look out for Playcast Live. We don't know when we're gonna launch that yet, but it's gonna happen. Yeah, for sure. Any game that we are not like fully confident in, I want to have like a consortium of players, and we'll be playing. Like one person will be playing, and everybody else will be kind of like having their comments and talk about the game. What do they think about the game now that it's being like fully played and experienced? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I like that idea so much. I'm not gonna let it go.
Well, this just came to me. Have you guys played The Last Guardian?
I have played. Yes,
that game is really good.
It kind of reminds me of
yeah. There's no combat, but that game I really enjoyed playing that.
You know, it's a sequel to thing, right? Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never tried it.
Yeah, you should check out Shadow of the Colossus. It's pretty dope. It's not necessary. It's
little
almost like a
dated.
boss rush game.
It's a little dated. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I think you would still find enjoyment in it.
Yeah.
Plus, Reaper likes the retro games anyway, so I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on my bucket list from back in the day, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
yeah.
but it's like a boss rush because the all you're really killing is these giant monsters, bro.
Yeah.
Some monstrosities. You're taking them out, and you have to find creative ways to because you have to climb them essentially to take them out.
Right.
That
I
was back
remember.
during the same era. Like Ico was around that time too, wasn't it?
I
Which
think
game?
so. Ico.
Ico
I think that's like PS3 era,
two.
PS2.
That was
Yeah,
PS2.
PS2
Shadow of
era.
the Colossus was definitely PS2.
PS2. Yeah.
Yeah, Ico was right before that. PS2. A couple of years.
Damn.
Same kind of, and because they kind of stylized art style, they still hold up.
That's the thing. Any game that are super stylized, I feel like they hold up better than anything that's hyper realistic
Yeah.
because it reflects the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna look at Cyberpunk 10 years
Mhm.
from now and go, that's garbage.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's facts. But yeah, I saw a new mod for Cyberpunk recently.
Oh boy, what
That
kind of mod?
Cash, did I ever tell you I broke my Cyberpunk modding
Why?
at one time? So I wanted to have the real cars in the game.
Mhm.
So I installed the mods and it worked. I had like a Porsche, but the game just broke. It just wouldn't play.
Wow.
So I just
So,
had to
so at
delete.
what cost, Jay? At what cost?
Listen, I did drive my Porsche. Just saying.
Yeah, you drive it, but then you crash the game, not the car. That's the funny thing.
Right.
Jeez.
But yeah, again, that looks pretty fun. I'm willing to check that out. But another game that came out this week. Shout out to Rose Graded because I'm pretty sure he would appreciate this game.
Facts.
This is called Metaphor. Right? It was released the same day as Europa. October 11 on PS5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Developed by Atlas and published by Sega. And this is a $69.99 game. Now,
Just call it 70. Just
it's
call
a
it
$70 game. It is a $70 game. All right. So the synopsis reads: the throne sits empty after the king's assassination. Who with no heirs. There we go. The will of the late king decrees that the next monarch will be elected by the people, and thus begins your fight for the throne. Now, that's a very vague synopsis. So I don't know if this is a sequel. I don't know what this is, if it's a continuation of something else. Chat, please let me know if you guys are fans of this series. But I don't know. I only brought it up. I only mentioned it because I know games like this has a strong, like super strong fan base, right?
2,500 reviews already. It came out October 10th.
Yep.
Wow.
Very
That's what I'm saying.
positive.
And it looks very Persona-esque. That's the only thing I can go by. Now, I don't play Persona games. I've never
Same
played
devs,
any of them.
yeah.
It's the same devs, right?
Mhm.
So it
Atlas,
looks,
right? Yeah.
and
Atlas.
this is really kind of what it looks like. So I don't know. I've never tried to get into these. The closest I've gotten to this is probably Shin Megami Tensei. And I still haven't beaten that game yet.
Right.
What are you
Which
waiting on?
I don't know. Which is probably one of the first monster hunting. I think it's the first real like monster hunting game, isn't it? Is it not? Or one of the earliest iterations of monster catching.
I wouldn't. I'm not a authority on that one. I'm not sure.
Let's Google that because I don't want to talk out my ass. You know what I mean? First real monster.
First off, real and monster hunting together is a
Okay,
wild
it's crazy.
statement.
First monster hunting game or monster catching game. What was the first monster catch? I
What?
told you, bro.
It
It was
was.
1992.
Look at the memory on this man over here. Look at
Yo.
this.
I told you, bro. Yep. Monster taming game. The first monster collecting video game was the Megami Tensei series, or Mega Ten, as it was called. So yeah, I was
So
right.
we know who Nintendo won't be suing.
Yes. Facts.
Listen.
Yeah. Tony says Digimon. Nah, Tony, come on, bro. Digimon's the first? Nah, I don't think so.
They were so late to that game.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't get sued, to be honest.
Yo, I saw a comparison online before. So someone was asking Digimon versus Pokemon. So they had to break it down. So they were saying, are we saying oh, Jay got kicked off?
Wait, I'm
Hi
here.
Jay, how are you? Yeah, you got booted. I don't know why.
I don't
But
know.
they were saying, all right, if it's like stylistically and art style, definitely Pokemon. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to hands, definitely Digimon. And was like, you know what? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Because bro,
didn't all their monsters have like military level
OP.
weapons?
Not only that, Digimon was OP as hell, bro.
That's true.
Digimons were OP, bro. They had
Blowing up
god
shit?
level. Remember, they had god level transformations.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're like,
Oh
how
yeah,
can we be different? Hey, you remember Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, let's put that in there with the monsters.
with the
Let's do
monsters.
that.
Facts. That's pretty much what they did, bro. Until they went to Power Ranger route, where the collectors became the Digimon. I don't know,
Okay,
Digiverse.
I think I checked
Right.
out by that point.
Yeah, I checked
Yeah,
out by that
same.
point.
Same.
Digimon, Digiverse. I'm like, nah, y'all are trying too hard
I
now.
like the simplicity of Pokemon.
Right.
There was an
Same
era of
format.
all of those, right? It was Pokemon, Digimon,
They all
Yu-Gi-Oh,
started the same era.
Monster Rancher.
Monster Rancher was
Monster
the
Rancher. Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! Don't
yep,
even
oh,
talk
that
about it.
one.
And then Metabots, because Metabots, there was a like the robot trainer situation.
Yeah,
So they came
yeah.
out with Metabots.
Yo,
Listen,
Cash, what was I telling you the other day? I was saying they should definitely remake a Metabots game.
yeah,
I think
they
that would
should.
do so well.
Yeah, like so you would have like the RPG elements of Pokemon, but then when you come to the enemy encounters, it'd be like a fighting game.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's
would be
pretty much what it was. Yeah,
nuts. Yeah, that would be nuts, bro. Nuts.
yeah.
We don't have those anymore. That
Nah.
doesn't exist.
The
Final
variety kind
Fantasy,
of
Final
got thinned out.
Fantasy. Yeah,
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
because of they
the way
kind
the
of
battle system works, yeah, yeah.
they kind of got rid of like the whole turn-based situation, right?
hmm
It's more hybrid out here now because I haven't
Yeah.
really tried the Final Fantasy games.
And it works.
Really?
It works pretty
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
I have not.
Not a
Reaper,
single.
I'm still on
have
15
I
right
told you
now.
the
Yeah.
story? So my thing is with Final Fantasy, I thought
Mhm.
that it was a continuation of like previous games. So I was like, that's way too far ahead. I'm not touching this game.
Yeah.
When I especially when you got to like freaking 13, 14, and 15. I'm like, yeah, you can miss me with that. Until Bello, shout out to Bello Legends, who's like, no, it's actually not. It's an anthology series. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I can pick
I
up
think the only one where it was a sequel was 10 and 10
10 to
2.
Two.
yeah.
Yep.
And
And
wasn't seven?
No.
Isn't seven?
No, 7 didn't have a sequel. Yeah.
Oh,
7
okay.
just got a remake. Yeah.
Mm,
I guess you could say Rebirth, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
mm.
Um,
They have Rebirth and what's the other one? Because there's two Final Fantasy
Yeah.
sevens that recently came
Okay,
out, right?
so the Final Fantasy sevens that are out now
Mhm.
aren't. They're remakes essentially, roughly of each disc of the original Final Fantasy
Oh,
VII.
okay.
Yes, I just remembered that there was my PS1. There was 2 discs. Yo,
3.
that's crazy. Was there 3?
Three?
Yeah, so there's going to be a third release. So what they've done is they've taken each story, filled in more story,
Yeah.
and made
Mm.
each one its own release.
God
So they're not
damn.
even technically sequels. It's like a movie trilogy where they kind of shot it all at once and then
Mhm.
cut it up and then just give different theatrical releases for each part.
Just to
Yeah.
continue. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire. But yeah, so this is the games that came out this week. If you guys want to check out the rest, it will be on our Reddit page. Someone will be dropping the link to the Reddit pretty soon.
Y'all almost made me reach for my Final Fantasy VII disc. It's right over there.
Oh, word. So you
Wait,
have
the
those,
original?
Reaper?
The original?
The original. What, you want me to get it? I'll go
Yes,
get it right now.
please. Yes, please.
God dang! Let's see it.
This man's a collector, Jay.
Nice. I could tell. I could tell.
Yeah. This man, I don't know if he always goes to the retro conventions, but Reaper goes to the retro conventions. This man recently bought a Sega Dreamcast
Wow.
and got brand new games on the Sega Dreamcast, like games that recently released this year on the Sega Dreamcast. Don't ask me how,
They're still releasing games on the Dreamcast. That's crazy.
because they found a way to do it. Reaper will explain to you when he gets back. But yeah,
Wow.
Okay. I'll make
Reaper.
you live up to my retro streaming aspect.
yes, please, yes, you are. Damn. Hold up.
So
Let me enlarge you for the chat.
that's a weird way to phrase that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it
Yo, that's
came
dope.
in essentially its own binder,
Mhm.
and disc 2 and 3 were facing each other, and then disc 1 was accompanying. And the nice thing about it is the art on the
Mhm.
back, all the
Oh,
concept
that's
art from
so
the
cool.
game was also in there,
Nice.
and it lined up with the manual. So if I pop remember when they came with books? You remember?
Yes,
Mhm.
when
Yep.
we
Back
used to
in the
have
day.
manuals.
Look how thick this is, and that
Wow.
same art is there on the book as well. If you
Nice.
fold it open,
The manual ended after the freaking, I want to say 360 era, don't you think?
yeah, they
Effectively.
started getting thin back then.
Yeah. That's so
Just all
cool.
the concept art was still in this joint.
That's so dope.
So yeah, so each one of these now are essentially becoming. So I think this one is Rebirth. The second one is the one that's out now.
Hmm.
I don't know what they're going to call the third one yet. That's all,
Yeah.
cloak and dagger.
What was I gonna? Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about the Dreamcast situation. You got a brand new Dreamcast with games, right? Brand new
Yeah.
games that got released this year.
Yeah, so I mentioned Intrepid Izzy. I can actually go grab that. So that was also, and that lets you know how powerful the Dreamcast was, right? That's something that came out on the Switch, PS4, and I think another platform, an Xbox release, and
Yeah.
Steam. But the Dreamcast is powerful enough to play it. 1 second.
Wow.
Like
This
this
is
entire
interesting.
podcast is just gonna be Reaper showing off his entire retro collection. And I still feel something whenever I hear people call Dreamcast retro. I feel,
So yeah, this is brand new
what is this?
Intrepid Izzy.
Intrepid Izzy. Wait, is that a new game that recently came out?
I think it came out a couple of years ago on modern platforms, and VGNY Soft published it now on the Dreamcast. Because a lot of
And it's
people don't realize the
Let,
Dreamcast actually
let's see
ran
the
on
artwork again. Let's see the artwork again.
it ran on a stripped down version of Windows. So technically you could port most PC titles to it.
Wow.
that's nuts.
With a book, like an actual book, they
That
kept
is
it,
crazy.
That is crazy, bro.
and it supports all the Rumble Pack feature, arcade capable, VGA, which a lot of people don't realize. Dreamcast was one of those consoles you could hook up to a monitor. If you want the cleanest video out of it, hook it up to a monitor, which is how I stream it. I use the VGA out into HDMI, plug it into a capture card,
Mhm.
and it looks clean.
That's nuts, bro.
Nice.
Now you made me want to get a freaking Dreamcast now.
Yeah,
I've never owned a Dreamcast. Never owned one.
So neither did I till this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was a Sega kid, and we're all around the same generation, I assume. Jolty,
Yep.
I'm assuming
Yep.
we're around.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, 90s hit. We were probably all Sega or Nintendo fans, and then Sony came in like a bulldozer and converted a
Everybody.
lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of never looked back at the missed potential of me continuing being a Sega kid. We're older now. We have a little bit of disposable income. There's now a Saturn behind me, and there's a
Some more
Dreamcast
than
behind me.
others. Some more
Yeah,
than others.
some definitely way more than others. But I'm like, I'm creating that alternate MCU reality. What if I continued being a Sega kid?
Right.
And I'm, collecting those things.
That's cool. Yeah,
Welcome to the
you got.
Reaperverse.
Yeah, you kind of you kind of make me want to get back into collecting, bro. I've been talking about it for a while, but I feel like I'm actually gonna pull the trigger on it.
Word to the wise, if you're
Yeah.
going to start this year, probably halfway into the next, is probably the last time it's going to be somewhat affordable for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's major corporations have picked up the fact that retro is in.
I mean, GameStop.
Yeah, exactly. And that's become the problem because it started off as mom and pop shops were doing retro, right? There's a few in New York.
Mhm.
There's
There's a lot in Long Island.
the Brooklyn Video Games. There's a retro video game store opened up in Farmingdale, but they're now going to be fighting the monster that is
In Farmingdale? Really?
Yeah.
Is it Long Island Retro?
No, it's not. Their whole thing is straight up early 90s. The whole first floor of the joint looks like what's the show? Saved by the Bell. It looks straight up say with the wallpaper with the triangles and whatnot.
I need the address because I need to pull.
Full
I need to
on.
pull up to that
I'll
place.
pull that up for you. Full on Saved by the Bell. Every now and then there's a local dude with a DeLorean. They'll have him park it out front. Just complete like our childhood, as far as TV was concerned,
Yeah.
is in that joint. The only thing they're missing is having a Fresh Prince of Bel Air motif someplace.
Damn.
It's the only thing missing.
Tony T in
But
the chat says they're also taking down emulators. Yes, they're drastically very fast too, taking down a lot of like emulators, bro. So I feel like that's why they're doing that, because they're trying to push everybody back into purchasing older consoles.
yeah, I mean, we saw. Look at all those mini consoles they released.
Yeah.
Atari just released a new console that's compatible with most of their old cartridges.
That's nuts. Speaking of, you did bring something up before we even get into the main topics. There was something we talked about off stream that you mentioned. I think that's the perfect segue into that.
The Super Sega.
The Super Sega.
And so far, legal has not said no cease and desist. They've collected money already. They're printing prototypes. So if anybody out there still got a Sega Master System cartridge, Genesis cartridge, Sega CD, 32X cartridge, Saturn, Dreamcast, whatever, this is supposed to be capable of playing it.
Can I show this on stream? I'm afraid. I'm gonna pull it up.
No, it's not. It's not. You're not selling the product.
Real true. I'm not selling shit. So
yeah,
this is a podcast. God damn it. You have no stake in this shit, or do we?
No, I think you're good.
But here it is, guys. There's no prototype for it though.
It's not there. It's
lie.
There.
It's right here.
Yeah. So I think they've printed one or two of them. So what they're doing is FPGAs, field programmable array processors. That's how you're seeing all these companies have like Game Boys that can play, SNES games and whatnot. Those are that's the processors at the core. You tell the processor how to act. The idea of this thing is to have an FPGA for every console it's compatible with, and then some sort of software that auto detects, hey, you put in this disc or this cartridge, use this FPGA, and the game shouldn't know the difference. So that's a little bit better than software emulation. We've seen the consoles do this to some success, right? But a few games will be buggy. No, there's hardware dedicated to these games, so the games will be running as close as possible to their original setup.
Yeah, this looks insane. So it says Master System cartridges, SC cartridges. I'm assuming that is
SG-1000, SG-3.
Yeah.
Those were all Master System variant. No, those were pre-Master System.
Oh, okay.
That's
Mega Drive. Mega Drive is pretty much a Genesis. CD. Oh shit. Sega Saturn and Dreamcast right here. So which is this section right here. This is insane to even like see, bro. I want to know what the front would look like.
So it right now says, in the last picture I saw from them, it just says Super Sega. And their big thing was, that's the front.
That's the front?
Yeah.
What about the controller? How is that gonna work?
I think it's all USB ports. Flip to the back.
This.
No, those are the ports for the old school game.
Yeah, that's not HDMI.
No, that's
aren't these the controller?
Those are the Genesis controller style ports.
Wow.
Damn.
Master System and Genesis use those style ports.
Yes, they do. They do.
The other ports must be for the Dreamcast.
Probably, but these look like USB ports though.
Yeah. So so far they've cleared legal. They haven't been shut down. Their biggest thing was they're using the font and the name Sega. So they did ask for clearance. They heard nothing back.
So I wonder if Sega is gonna.
Sega might not care.
Yeah, not because you know what? It reinvigorates their brand.
Maybe because Sega's the same one licensing. Anybody here remember the Sega Pluto?
No.
So, we're all kids. But back before the PS1 dropped, there was this Sega Pluto that was supposed to be the cheap alternative to the Dreamcast, not the Dreamcast, to the Saturn that still ran on cartridges. They're like, oh, we know the 32X is expensive. We'll make an all-in-one. It's a Genesis 32X, one thing compatible with everything you have before. You'll get your 32-bit console games, but if you got big money, you get the Saturn still. But remember, the 32X, we saw what that did in the market. They were struggling with the Saturn, so they scrapped the project. In Brazil, apparently, there's still a big Sega following. So a toy company was like, yo, these chips are cheap now. Can we be licensed to make modern Saturn Plutos? And at LI Retro, there was one of them sitting on the table. They're making it. It's out with the same design from the EGM or whatever video game magazine I saw during the 90s.
Yeah.
They scanned that image and they 3D printed that same design Sega never officially released.
That's nuts.
So they're selling these things brand new. Like the market is there, and Sega's just letting, maybe because of what you said, it reinvigorates the name. Because they're not in the hardware market.
They're not. So I think that's why they don't care.
Right.
And I think they're still well then again, because everything is kind of resellers market at this point, because any cartridges and anything from that, nobody's directly buying it from Sega per se, but it still keeps them in the like public zeitgeist, so to speak.
Yeah. Where should I'm gonna drop this link straight to you. You can decide if you want to show this.
Oh yeah, for sure, we can pull that up. It's not a problem. Real quick, chat, if y'all want to go check out, this is free publicity for these guys too.
Retro Source. Yeah. Shout us out when you go there.
Please do. Let them know that the guys over at freaking Gamer Actual sent y'all, bro. But yeah, it's called Retro Source.
Yep, that's the one in Farmingdale with look at that first picture right there. Tell me that isn't from the set of Saved by the Bell.
Bro, that is, bro.
Straight flashback.
That's fire. Yeah.
That is so dope.
Every hour on the hour, a bell'll ring, letting you know you got to get to class.
DeLorean though.
Wow.
That is so dope. I'm trying to figure out what part of Farmingdale that is.
Their address should be in the Portion Road, Farmingville. Farmingville, not Farmingdale. Sorry.
Oh, it's Farmingville.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But and you see them, and people are still trading in stuff.
Ooh, Pokemon Soul Silver.
Of course, that would catch your eye.
Yo, where were you when they were trading Pokemon at Long Island Retro?
I didn't know it existed.
See? New Yorkers, we got to gather. See, we can't have all the West Coasters taking all this video game attention. That's probably why Twitch don't come here. That right there.
They don't know that we have that kind of like market. They got games over here too, bro. They have
it's full blown relive your child. That's with the camera for the Game Boy.
Yeah, I see it.
And the printer.
Bro, I low-key want an Advance though. I really want to get another Game Boy Advance, bro.
They were selling them in dozens at LI Retro, bro.
I have no idea where my Game Boy Advance is, bro.
You know they're modding them too, Jay, right?
Are they? Okay.
Bro,
you can get a strong HD screen.
Yep. Strong modding community. Backlit everything.
Nice.
Yeah. USB port. You can get everything on there, bro. But there's also a device that I found. I can't remember the name right now. That you could just connect to your PC. You download the software and you could just put your Game Boy cartridge in there and play it.
Yep.
I can't remember what it's called though, but I want one. It's like $40.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's for the Game Boy, the NES, the SNES. They sell a bunch. I know the company you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember them right now, but I have them bookmarked for sure.
Yeah, I just saw the Kingdom Hearts cartridge for the Game Boy Advance. Did you know that game was the first Game Boy Advance game to have a 3D cutscene?
Really? I just saw Mighty Max in the background, bro.
Yeah.
Bruh. When I say this place is themed like our childhood, it is our childhood from 3 p.m. to like 6 p.m. is the design of that place.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely going back into Oh my God, Power Rangers.
But there's one right there in Brooklyn.
Where?
Brooklyn VGN.
Yeah.
I get you their address. Yo, we gotta visit. We gotta keep the New York
Bro,
scene for these live.
listen, Reaper, Jay, I'm gonna say this to you guys as well.
Yeah,
Listen, we
go
need to
for it.
start doing these things publicly and go out and make it a thing.
Oh,
You see me. You
absolutely.
see me
You know
trying.
I'm down for
Yes.
it.
You see me trying. I have a camera. I go live. I let people know this is New York about New York. But
Right.
Yeah.
We could definitely, because I have my gimbal, I have everything. I have everything I need in order to like stream
Well,
and do all that
we
stuff.
kickstarted the in-person link up, so we could definitely push
Yeah,
it
bro.
to the next level for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah,
But
here's
yeah,
a
to be
Brooklyn
fair
joint.
though, I linked up with
Bookmark
Reaper
that.
first in person.
Oh wow, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I mean, to be fair, I linked up with you first in Jamaica. Just saying.
This,
Oh,
this man took it way back.
Way back.
This man
Look,
took it way back, bro.
I can't beat that one. I haven't been there since 1989. So
Golly.
Dang.
Wasn't that the year Hurricane Gilbert came out? We're going way off topic right now.
Right.
I was a child. Bello one. Oh, you want the link, Bello, for the Brooklyn joint? Here.
We're gonna post them in. Yeah, Reaper, you could just post them in the chat.
Is that Nero? Who's that?
No, that's K
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
from King of Fighters.
I didn't like him at first. I'm like, you rip off.
I like K.
No, I learned to like him, but I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're usually these folks are if you've ever seen my videos that I post after I visit LI Retro,
Yeah.
they're always at LI Retro. They're the first. They're always in the same booth too.
Cash, zoom out on the map. Let me see something. Where is that? Is that downtown? Where is that?
It might be that.
I
Why
saw
are you
the
breaking them in?
I saw the 11204, so I'm assuming it's downtown.
View a large map.
Yeah.
It's not doxing, is it? No.
No,
It's
No,
a
it's a
store.
store.
It's a public store, Cash.
No, I'm saying I'm
We're
looking
doing
at
them
my
a
shit.
favor
No,
right now.
no, I'm looking at my map. I want to make sure my shit ain't being shown. Is what
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
saying.
Man, we just gonna be up in your fridge. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's actually south. It's Brooklyn South, or is it?
So
Yeah,
Gravesend is right here. So yeah, it's Brooklyn
Yep,
South.
it's
Because
Brooklyn South.
Bensonhurst.
Yep.
I almost ended up living in Bensonhurst at one point.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody
Houses are too
traded in.
small.
Ooh, no, don't go no small place. Somebody
Matchboxes,
traded
bro.
in the arcade pad for the Genesis there. That's tempting, but it's a 3-button one. See, let me get off this page. See, I'm about to buy some.
But yeah, guys, we got into all of that just now, and we have not yet got into the main topics of this podcast. So let's just get into it real quick. But to be fair with you guys, this first one is kind of strange. I'm gonna be real, right?
A lot strange.
Very strange. Now, you guys are probably wondering, Cash, what the hell are you talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the Nintendo Alarmo. And for the love of God, I don't even want to read off the note. I just want to ask you guys, my fellow panelists, what the fuck? Why?
I mean, someone must want $100 alarm clock.
Who now? Did they do like a survey, and it was overwhelmingly positive? What happened here?
It's Nintendo, bro. They just make things and people buy it. It's just.
I feel like that's what it is. They just know people are gonna buy it, so they just
decided to try and prove once again that we're the Apple of video games. In case you forgot, we can sell off our name alone.
Facts. And it's only in selected stores too. It's not so this you can't just buy this alarm. You can't just buy it. Right now you can pick it up in New York. And I think
sold out in New York and Japan.
Yep.
Wow.
Sold out.
It looks ridiculous too. Can we talk about that? Can you show the chat?
Sold out, bro. At first, I thought it was going to be an app for the Nintendo Switch until I actually saw this. And I was like, wait, what? So one of the features that it has is motion detect, which means if you're in bed for an overwhelmingly long time, it progressively gets louder and louder with the music. So Bowser will play. Oh, there you go. So Tony just said it. Does it play Bowser theme? Yes, it does. It plays Bowser themed music. If you're in bed for too long, it gets louder and you see the Bowser come up on the screen. Right?
No,
and every move you make depending on the game you pick, the theme you pick, it will have the sound effects of those games. So if it's Mario and you toss and turn, you'll hear the coins, like the coin sound effect.
This is ridiculous.
Bro, I don't know. Now, I want to extend this to the chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Will you be picking up any of these games? Oh, games. Any of this like alarm clock situation here? I want to know what the point of this. I really do. Like, I want somebody with Nintendo expertise to come in and explain to me, because maybe it's going over my head because I'm not that big of a Nintendo fan, so I don't know.
I could see a collector. Like, you have to have everything Nintendo's released. Because remember, Nintendo's not new to releasing weird things, right? They had the robot accessory for the NES, the Power Glove, that dance mat. So they've released other weird, quirky things before. I think this is them. Remember, they also had the Congos. What was it for the N64? You had to play the game with the Congos. I think they're trying to venture outside of gaming accessories and become a video game lifestyle brand.
So shout out to Germ, the producer, is in the chat right now. He says you missed the funniest part. The movement feature only works if you sleep alone. So this is catering just to lonely people. I'm sorry. Anyways,
oh my god. Yeah, you know what? This is basically Pokemon Sleep, but made into a physical device.
Yeah. Facts. Hold up. And then, so Tony's asking what's the price? It's $99. $100, Tony. $100. Remember the Xbox fridge? Yeah, I remember the Xbox fridge, but I mean, they did that as a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a regular fridge with an Xbox logo.
Yeah. No, but Xbox did that as a gimmick. Xbox did that because people were saying the Series X looks like a fridge. So they say, all right, I'll do you one better. We'll make an Xbox fridge.
Remember KFC did that spoof of their video game console fryer thing?
Yes, I remember that was wild. And I legit thought it was real at one point because it was so
everybody
convincing.
and mama thought it was real for
it was so convincing. Oh, so they even have Breath of the Wild. So you have a Breath of the Wild theme. But again, why?
Folks, here's an idea, right? Set your alarm tone on your really expensive phones that you already have, right? To whatever video game theme you want. You can set your phone to get progressively louder and put this bitch on a charger next to your head.
So Jeremy's saying it might be on sale at individual retailers. Jeremy, I'm gonna say this right now. This is Nintendo. Ain't none of that shit going on sale. It's not going on sale.
This is whack. So whack.
Right? Yo, Tony said smell like fried chicken. That was a freaking tagline. I remember that for the KFC joint. That shit was funny. So these are the games that you can theme your alarm sounds off of, which is Mario Odyssey, Pikmin 4, what's this? Splatoon 3, Ring Fit. I knew this, but I didn't know that was that big of a deal. And then Breath of the Wild. So these are the 5 games that you can theme. But,
Okay. Here's the thing. If Nintendo made it so that this had tied into a video game somehow, would this now seem more worth it?
No.
Would it? No, I don't think so.
If it was a video game accessory, it wouldn't be worth it.
More
like
alarms.
Next Zelda somehow this is like a motion sensor for it in the room.
What is it gonna do? Wake me up and tell me to play Zelda?
No, but maybe your character. Let's say this is Nintendo. Your character stays persistent, so when you turn the game off, your character goes to sleep.
You see him on here.
Yeah, the alarm now ties in and wakes your character up when you wake up. So your character can go on and doing stuff like gaining XP and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say
based on your alarm.
That'd be dope. But also there's another thing. You remember like you have certain like building games where it has like time, it takes time for like your whatever device or whatever you're building takes time. So if they had that showing up on the clock as well, so all of that would be connected. Like if you're building something like
crafting,
yeah,
I can see that.
Or even in Pokemon, when you breed Pokemon, you could have that, and it shows you when
the egg's about to hatch.
I think that would kind of be cool. That would kind of be cool. But this, bro, I don't know.
I think that was a missed opportunity for some tie-ins with them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, bro. But again, I love Nintendo products. What is this?
You just let it play, and now it went to something else.
Mario Party. Yeah.
Oh, Mario Party Jamboree. Is it out already?
You ask good questions.
Right. I need to find out. Isn't it funny how simple Nintendo games are, but they're some of the most selling games, highest selling games?
I've definitely played Mario Party. It's so fun.
Bro, I had a friend who works in a hotel, bro. He found Mario Odyssey and he mailed it to me, and I've yet to get that game.
Oh boy.
How long ago was this?
Last year.
Somebody got a new video game.
Yeah. And this was in Jamaica. He found it in Jamaica. And he was like, nobody claimed it because they reached out and people are like, nobody was responding. Because I think it probably was in the hotel room for a long time. And he was just so happened to like clean the place and found it. So it was like, yo, listen, I found something. I'm sending it to you. I was like, what is it? It's like Mario Odyssey. And I looked up the price. It was still $60. I'm like, yo, send that shit. And I never got it.
That sucks.
Never got it.
This Mario Party game, October 17th.
Okay, so it's next week. Next week. Okay. So that's gonna be on a list for next week. Yo, we need to do more of these party games though. Like, guys, so here's the thing. This is something that I've been mentioning to Jay Reaper, that we need to do a lot more like gaming activities in person. Because we live relatively close to each other. We're not going to dox ourselves, but we're in the same area.
In New York.
We're in New York, pretty much, right? So I think we should start. Reaper, you too, bro. We should link up more often. There's no reason for us to not link up often, bro, because we're all in the same place.
I got you. Yeah.
Bello too, with his bright ass teeth. Anyways, moving on.
Oh, damn.
Now, Bello has some chompers, bro.
You got some good teeth.
Yeah. But yeah. Have you played Overcooked? I've never played Overcooked.
I have.
I know.
It's so fun. Yeah. Multiplayer is so fun.
Looks like chaotic fun. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it is definitely chaotic fun, but that's the charm.
So, guys, what is the final verdict for the Nintendo Alarmo? Jay, what's your opinion? Chat, I want your opinion as well.
I would never buy that in a million years. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, Pinksy said shiny teeth in me head ass.
Damn. So,
yeah, you don't remember that?
I'm clearly a collector.
Yeah.
I want no parts of that clock.
See, there you go. But again, like Jerm said in the chat, Nintendo knows its audience, and if it's already sold out, like clearly it's not. We're not the target audience here. Who wants it already got it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And people are probably pining. More people are probably pining for it. So that's insane. But in other news, Halo is not potentially. It's actually transitioning to Unreal Engine. Reaper and I slightly talked about it off stream, and also the studio, 343 Studio, is also rebranding as Halo Studios. Let me read off the notes real quick. The news was shared during Sunday's Halo World Championship tournament. 343 Studios rebranded to Halo Studios, in which it debuted a video showing the technical test of various Halo-themed locations running with Unreal Engine. Right? The studio stressed that the footage shown isn't a game, but is a glimpse of what it might be able to achieve with Unreal Engine 5. Now, I think this is actually pretty good, but one of the angles that I was going at with this is the fact that this might be Microsoft's way of kind of still cutting back while still being able to work on high fidelity gaming. Reaper, what do you think about that?
Oh, I agree. You save money on a couple fronts. One, you don't need as many devs if you're not designing the engine from the ground up. You also don't need to pay for as much expertise, because a game engine, the programmer that can handle a game engine, isn't the same level of expertise as somebody who's just making the rest of the game. Those are your John Carmacks, right? You just need more game designers and maybe some programmers who can make certain tools. So you get rid of all that. You get rid of that dev time. You get rid of that expertise and staffing. So now you have a potentially a faster turnaround. And if they're now Halo Studios, it might be Microsoft's thing saying, hey, every year or every 2 years, we need a Halo title. You no
Right.
longer have to wait for a new engine. You no longer have to retool a new engine. All the ability for being cross-plat compatible is already done by an engine we're buying the license for. Focus on making the game. Get us games on this schedule. No questions asked.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Jay, what do you think?
Um, I don't really have an opinion here, mainly because it's Halo. I've never been really into Halo. Halo 1, had a nice little multiplayer situation going on LAN. LAN was fun back in the day, but if they want to go for it, go for it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out. Jerm is saying Unreal Engine can also be ported over to other platforms more easily, which I
Mhm.
think is also true. Yes, it's reducing costs, but I also think that I wonder if they did the comparison between them creating their own engine and then just paying Unreal. Because I know they're gonna have to pay Unreal for licensing. Correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I wonder what that looks like for them.
Well, it depends. A lot of these deals are on units sold. You pay a license fee. So X amount, you pay this much. X amount of income, you pay this much. So on and so forth. Um, if that's cheaper than having in-house devs and constantly upgrading this engine, then
Yeah.
they're going to do it.
Hmm. But yeah, I think the what they're doing so far looks pretty damn good. Like if you look at the comparison videos here.
I think their last in-house engine was Halo Infinite,
Yes, it was.
Slip Space engine, and that game wasn't received very well.
Hmm. I also think that was a massive like overreaction to the game though, because people saw the test footage, the footage before the game was fully rendered, and it was like, is this how the game's really gonna look? And it just like went downhill from there. I really feel like that was one of the issues there. Because if to me, when the game officially launched, it looked fine. It looked good to me.
Mhm.
But that's
But
the thing. It looked good to you. Halo
mhm,
games used to be the Xbox fanboys.
like a
This
pinnacle of
is how
Xbox.
good our console is.
Right.
60 frames a second looks this good. And this was just, it's another shooter. Okay.
Right.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like Halo is not at the level of prominence as it used to be, for
At
sure.
all.
Mhm.
And I think Xbox is hoping for. I wonder if that's what they're doing. They're hoping for Gears to kind of like come back and bring back that level of, excitement to the Xbox brand. But I don't know because I feel like it's been dormant for too long, and I think Halo they need more IPs. Personally, in my opinion, I think Xbox needs a lot more IPs. That is
Microsoft
not,
has IPs.
but they're
Even
not
before
utilizing
they,
it.
yeah, before they bought everyone they bought, they had
Hmm.
IPs. Because
Hmm.
people forget Microsoft Game Studios existed before the Xbox brand came into inception.
Right, but they're not utilizing any of those games, and I feel
At
like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the decisions are behind the scenes to like, but I think they're just focusing on these like mainline entries of like
Yeah.
Halo and not even Gears of War, Halo, Forza, Flight Simulator. That's what we get every freaking year.
Yeah.
Let's keep it
Mhm.
real. That's all Xbox drops every year, bro, and expect people to get excited for the console. Am I missing anything else? Like those are the three main ones I can think about that I can guarantee you we get every single year.
I want to say you're wrong, but I can't pull a game title up to say you're wrong. You're probably right. It just feels like you should be wrong because they
Bro,
should be doing more. But
they should be doing more. Like, come on, bro. Like people want to see more than just Halo from Xbox. It's
Yeah.
not called the Halo box. It's called Xbox.
Halo
Make
box.
more games, god damn it. Not
it's
only that, they've bought up so many studios, and we've yet to see anything from any of those studios that they've acquired, like outside of the
Doom,
regular Call
the
of
Doom.
Duties and all that shit.
No, Doom,
Doom,
the new
Doom,
one.
yeah, but Can you list another one?
You want me to list it? Oh,
yeah, you can't list another one. Is
why
what
you
I'm
gotta put me
saying.
on the spot like that. Weren't they supposed to be doing another Fable, or was that a show they were doing?
Yes, they are working on the Fable.
Yeah, they are working on Fable.
Yeah,
They are
and
working on Fable.
they should not have let that lie as dormant as they did.
True.
Like that's a game series where every time there was a Final Fantasy drop, you should have easily had a Fable drop. Like it's one of those kind of games that you could have done that. And when was the last Fable?
Why are you making it sound like we out here saying like Xbox shall rise again? We just have hope they figure shit out. No, I'm being real though. Pyro. I'm not really saying that per se, but it's just like I feel like Xbox. I'm an Xbox fan. I am an Xbox fan. I'm a gaming fan in general.
This man showed up to a fighting game tournament full of PCs and
Xbox
PlayStation
controllers
with an Xbox controller in his hand.
Right.
I'm 100%
an Xbox fan, but I feel like Xbox can definitely do more. I don't know what, but you know what the thing is? I feel like Xbox, they cater a lot to indie games, and I love that. But you still also need to focus on your AAA titles as well.
You're right.
You know what I mean? But Xbox definitely, they support indie devs a lot. That's one thing you can't take from Xbox. You cannot.
Well, to respond to you earlier, Reaper, the last Fable game was a card game.
Really?
Fable Fortune, 2018.
So like the last video game was probably before that.
Yeah, 2014. 2014, I think. Yeah.
And then when Fable coming out, probably. Yeah, the last Fable was 360 era. I don't think there was ever a Fable for Xbox One. But Fable. When is the new Fable's coming out? I think in next year.
Allegedly,
because we don't know anything just yet.
And it's supposed to be a reboot, right? I think it's a reboot.
There's no they only say 2025. There's no like.
No, that means chances are it might not be
end of the year, probably. Yeah,
probably like closer to the end of the year, or they're not gonna necessarily give it a solid date just yet until things are like, because they don't want to set a date and then have to push that back. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. So yeah,
my prediction right now, Fable is going to be one of those games where the suits at Microsoft are going to be like, that's another one for why we shouldn't be doing hardware anymore. Guaranteed.
You think so? You think it's going to underperform?
It's going to underperform on Xbox. Watch it do better in the PC space.
PC space and let me not say it. Let me shut up.
And probably a year or two from now when they release it on PlayStation. Yeah.
I think it's going to go third party. Like, I really feel like Fable might be third party. Now, people might say no, but like, think about the games that they've announced so far that have been going third party. Indiana Jones is going to be third party 6 months after its release.
Timed exclusive.
It's a timed exclusive. It's an Xbox timed exclusive.
That's crazy. You don't see anybody else doing that. Like, see, Microsoft like to say, "Oh, but Sony's keeping everything on their platform." Yeah, so's Nintendo. You're the only one forced to go cross.
Right.
It's not that they're doing anything inherently bad. That's how the industry always was. You're floundering so much, you're flapping in the wind, that you're just pushing everything on every other platform because your platform, the box, the home of your entity, isn't doing well.
Yeah, it's not moving. It's not moving games. It's not moving games or consoles. And again, I've said this multiple times on the pod. Xbox Game Pass is good for consumers. It's bad for the industry. Because consumers get all of these games, all of these perks, and you don't necessarily have to buy any of these games. You pay for the membership every month. You get day and date games, and you have a list of over 100 games at your disposal every single month. Now, the caveat to that, you don't own shit, but if I'm going to get a game day and date and I'm only paying $17 for it, or
is it still 17 or did they up it?
I think they upped it. I think it's like 19 now, but you get the idea. If you're going to do that, it's that versus paying $60 for a game that gets released. Now think about that happening multiple times over the course of a year, multiple times over the course of the year. You're gonna go for that $17 because it looks more of a better deal. Though ultimately it's kind of not, because if you do the ratio here, if you're paying for a membership versus buying a game, how often are you going to buy games? Like, let's keep it real. We don't buy games every month.
You're right.
We don't.
Yeah.
Like, there's only like a handful of games that where we be like, listen, I want these and I'm getting them. And I'll say 5 times out of the year, say 4 times out of the year, there's games that we would actually go for.
Mhm.
Outside of that, we're not spending any money on games like that.
I think the subscription model is for the hardcore consumer. That's it.
Yes. So it looks like a better deal for those people.
See, it looks like a good deal, but you have to be. See, they saw what was going on with Netflix and Amazon Video and Spotify, and they wanted to be that for video games.
They kind of are, but it's dying.
Yeah, but what's the difference between those platforms and Xbox's platform?
I'm not sure.
For the longest, until recently, the only place you could even visit the store to realize it might be a benefit for you was on an Xbox, which was already the weakest selling console. So how are you to make that realization?
Right.
Spotify, I can have it on this. I can have it on a desktop. I can have it on. I can see it's a benefit. Let me sub. Netflix, same thing. That's why now they're in a rush to put Game Pass everywhere on every device. But it's a little too late because we're now in the middle of the PS5, Xbox Series console lifespan. And we've seen the numbers, 50 to 60 million PS5s have been sold already. Right. Nintendo Switches are everywhere. You've already lost your primary marketing window. Why am I now going to pay PlayStation, or why am I going to take budget away from my Nintendo Switch and now pay Microsoft for anything? I'm already over here.
Right. Not only that, the whole, I feel like the console generation, they bought into the whole cloud gaming or games as a service thing, and then everybody tried to be the first to be out, which is why we ended up with, like, what's that company that recently died? Stadia, Google Stadia,
Games on Live,
right? All of those games.
That's why Now is on life support.
Amazon still has Amazon Luna. So a lot of those guys were banking on games as a service becoming a big thing. Xbox went out first because they wanted to be the Netflix and get first movers advantage and all that shit, but it just never panned out. It just didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this is. Go ahead, Jay.
Coupled with the fact that, like, streaming a video game is not the same experience as playing it on a console or on your PC.
Right.
I think that contributed to those services dying. Yeah.
Tony makes a good point there as well. All Xbox games is eventually going to PCs. Like, I recently got Guilty Gear and I didn't buy it for Xbox. I bought it for PC. But because I bought it for PC on the Xbox platform, I can play it on both PC and the Xbox. Because I own it on both platforms essentially.
Yeah, they devalued.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. They devalued their box by competing with Steam. And they're still not beating Steam.
You're still not beating Steam.
So now you're just giving people less of a reason to get your box.
Yeah, because they still have a marketplace. They still have the Xbox marketplace on PC. Yeah, but you can still go to Steam. So it's like most people are gonna purchase from Steam because that's mostly where PC gamers go anyways. And Xbox is eventually putting their stuff over there. What's going on with my camera?
Restart that joint real quick.
Yeah.
My man went to Atari 2600 graphics.
I'm saying. I don't know what just happened.
No, restart, physically restart that camera, bro. That camera crashed.
Yeah, it died. Yeah. And I think it's a guest star.
Can you reach for the USB cable for that joint?
Yeah, it's right in front of me.
Minor technical difficulties with live recordings.
Exactly. Not only that, it's gonna be an audio pod. So for the most part, the audio listeners won't even know what the hell.
Yeah,
just
they won't
happened.
care.
Your secret's out, Cash. You're not a real person. You're an AI.
I'm
Just
saying I glitched
Oh,
out just now. I glitched out
Minecraft
just
on
now.
PS5. Okay, so Tony raises a good point. Minecraft is now on PS5. Why? Because Minecraft is saturated everywhere else. And
Yeah.
they heard there are 60 million units they're not on yet. Some suit at Microsoft said, get over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's despite whoever they bought, despite their intentions, right?
Right.
Every move has been a double-edged sword for them. Every single move. They've not really had a win. A concrete, this is a win, undeniable, since the first 3 years of the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to go without having a win.
Sure.
If I'm an investor, a serious investor in Microsoft right now, and someone there's trying to tell me, oh, our gaming division is going to bring in X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be like, how? Because right now, what I see is expenses with no recoup. You spent 60 plus billion on Activision. You developed a couple of flops. Your box you're pulling out of some countries because it's not selling anywhere. So now you have inventory sitting someplace. You're trying to push into other countries which are already saturated. So tell me where the win is.
Yeah. Tony says Halo is the Xbox game. It would be the lowest point if it's on PlayStation. Facts. Agreed. 100%.
Do you think it's okay?
It's not
honestly,
unfunded though. I think it would be. I think it is going to PlayStation.
You
I
really
personally
think they're
believe
going to
that.
do that?
If they do, that's them throwing their hat in. That's them waving the white flag.
It's the end of the Xbox.
Yeah, that's them waving the white flag if that happens. Personally, that's what I think. That's them saying, "Listen, we get it. We're done. We're cooked."
Wow. And you see, and it's conversation like what the conversation we're having right now is the reason why there's people saying, why doesn't Sega get back in there? Because they were the last ones to go toe to toe with the likes of Nintendo and hold their own for a bit.
Right.
People want an also ran that's viable.
Yeah, that camera's dead. Anyways, moving on.
Seriously?
We're fine.
Ooh.
I just restarted it like 5 times. It says something about resetting my battery, and I don't have a battery in my camera.
Oh,
I have a dummy battery in my camera because my camera is always plugged in.
it might have overheated a little bit there, Chief.
Probably. It's fine.
Is this a Sony camera?
No, this is a Canon M50.
Canons get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it cool off.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Try it again in 10. Just unplug it, let it cool off.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. It's all good.
Oof. Back in the day, people bought Xbox to play Halo. Yes. No. I mean, it's valid. Okay, there's one game that had me tempted to buy an Xbox. Wasn't
Gears.
Halo. Wasn't even Gears.
Really?
Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion. Not really.
That was the one that released with its own controller and pedals. Microsoft made sure that was an exclusive. It was a Mech Warrior style game where you had the full controls for the mech as an accessory.
It's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
It was expensive as all hell, but for that generation, it was probably still the most involved and best looking game of that generation.
Steel Battalion. Why don't I know that?
The controller setup looks dope as hell. Yeah.
It looks like if you've seen Gundam or any of the animes with mecha, that's in front of you.
Is that a clutch I'm seeing right now?
It's kind of, yeah. You control if it jumps or jetpack. You control its walking forward and backward. Every weapon.
Damn, that's dope.
Every switch on there does something.
Imagine if they had a mech game where you had to shift gears using a clutch. That would be insane.
Only 10% of the population can start the game.
Right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm in
You
the
know,
10%, by the way.
yeah, you know,
I'm
in the
not.
islands, that game would be fire.
Yeah.
You know,
Is
why
this
everybody?
it?
Yes.
Yep, that's it right there.
Lord have mercy, this is fire.
Oh, no, I would definitely get this. I did not know this
So
existed.
I haven't released the footage yet. I played this at LI Retro. They had the
Oh,
setup.
really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
me and Data's Venom were there. It took us maybe 10 minutes to figure out how to get the mech to take a step out of the hangar. There's a full-blown startup procedure. All those switches have to be
Mhm.
Yeah.
started in a certain order, or the
Oh
machine will
wow.
just stall out.
Damn.
That's
It
incredible.
was involved.
So it's almost like a simulator.
It was like you're simulating that. And they just didn't go down that niche range. Like Nintendo goes down that niche range
Mhm.
and they make bank.
They
And
commit. Nintendo
and
commit.
Microsoft just kind of, let's try it. I didn't sell that well, but it had an audience. And and now here's a dude showing you how to
Right.
hotwire a Xbox.
I don't even know what this is, but anyways.
Chances are the disk drive died in that, and since the original Xbox is essentially a Pentium 3 GeForce 3 equipped gaming PC,
Mhm.
he just took an off-the-shelf disk drive from a PC and attached a ribbon cable and it worked.
But doesn't that mean you can now play like like bootleg games on that? Because the disk
Technically,
drive.
no, he never altered the software.
Just
Yeah,
the
he
disk
just
drive.
physically jumped around the disk drive.
Makes sense.
Original Xbox is like the current Xboxes. This is just PC hardware on the inside. The 360 generation was the only one where they went outside of that.
Oh, he just swapped it out. He legit just swapped it out and put it back.
When I tell y'all these things are PCs, I'm not lying.
Yeah, it's fire though.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, Steel Battalion, I wish they did more of that. If they're going to stay their own entity, make a brand. Like
just make that its own like game series.
look how enthralled you two were about it, and that thing's from what,
Exactly.
2001, 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Where's more of that?
Right. All right. So let's move on real quick, because bro, we could go on and on about Xbox, but Xbox, please just get your shit together.
That or
Damn.
Sega, take their place. Do us a favor.
All right, so it says moving on to our next topic. Silent Hill 2 remake launches to critical acclaim. Now, I'm reading off the notes real quick. Silent Hill 2 is a remake of the 2001 psychological horror game, reunite with its main protagonist James Sunderland, following a mysterious letter from his late wife. Mary from his late wife Mary. All right, damn, the commas here, kind of crazy. From his late wife Mary, and search for clues in the terrifying namesake town teeming with nightmarish monsters. Playtime 15 to 20 hours. The game is currently at $70, and you get the deluxe edition at $80 on Steam. So there's that. So apparently, if you check Metacritic, the game's actually sitting at a rating of 89 at the time of this video. So it's
For a
scoring at
horror
9
game.
for a horror game. That's crazy. So it's like more of like 9.3 if you really consider it. Damn, I'm rather impressed, to be honest.
The game looks gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I wasn't never really a Silent Hill guy.
Same.
I don't think I
Never.
own a single one. I appreciated them for what they were.
Yeah, but never got into them.
At the time, and this, tell me if this is y'all too. I was looking for more action, and this seems slower pace. So
Yeah,
I lean towards Resident Evil.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like I was the same way. Not only that, I feel like I experienced Resident Evil first. So when I saw Silent Hill and what it presented as, it just never took. I wonder if that would have been the same if I got Silent Hill first over Resident Evil.
Yeah, one kind of set up your expectations for the horror genre.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that.
So a lot of people are really loving the game. Like if you go to Metacritic right now, like it's sitting at an overwhelmingly positive So this is universal acclaim from fans. It's at 9.3. General, so from critics, it's at 86, which is freaking dope. Let me see what IGN. I want because I'm very interested. So Digital Spy gave it a 100%. Game Over gave it a 95. IGN gave it a 90. That's a first. IGN usually gives it things 7. VGC gave it an 80. Um, but for the most part, yeah, there's a lot of like high scores here. A lot of people are giving it
It's good that they're
great
not
scores,
butchering these games.
right?
I think you guys called it on a previous episode. These are the games that should be getting remakes. One's from like 20 years ago.
Yes.
And this
Yes,
is a
exactly.
perfect example of that.
Yeah, Jay actually brought that point up, and then I was like, you know what? I fully agree. Like, if a game was made in the same, a game shouldn't be remade in the same decade. It should
No.
No. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Look, from user reviews, just users, very positive, 10,842 reviews.
be. Mm-hmm.
From Steam folks.
From Steam, there's a lot of people playing the game too. I don't even know what the player base currently is for Steam.
Okay, this is a not recommended. The game is awesome. The glimmer of hope for the entire Silent Hill community needed. Bloober team had blah blah blah. Great game. What I'm not in love with is Konami's disgusting advertising. Wait, so your issue? The game is great. You don't like the advertising.
So you're faulting that for the game? That doesn't make sense.
That's a bad review on this game.
Right.
Even the bad reviews say the game is great. They have issues with their business practices.
Right.
What?
Yeah. So that's not even on the game.
That's amazing. Where
But
even
that's
your
what's up,
bad
though.
reviews are giving you props.
Right. Bro, that's insane to even think about because recently they dropped like I guess you could call it like a shorter form version of Silent Hill, and it was poorly received. I don't remember what it's called. Silent Hill.
I posted no because it's a remake. It is a good contemporary horror game. Is it a good remake of Silent Hill 2? Not really. So wait,
Oh,
it's a
really?
good game, but not
Not a good remake.
How so?
I don't know. They need
this
to
man
expound on
wrote
that.
a diatribe. We'll be here for the next hour. This man, I think he's trying to get his PhD off this review.
Oh my god. Yeah, so the Silent Hill short message was the game that got released recently.
Short message.
Yeah.
I think that flew under the radar for me.
So it got a 3 out of 10 from GameSpot.
Ooh, that's not good.
Right.
I can
so
see
now,
why that flew under the radar.
so now for this game to get a 3 out of 10, and now this Silent Hill remake to come back and get like all the positive scores, it's insane, doesn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah. It'd be funny if they released that to lower expectations and then hit you with this.
I mean, that's actually very smart. That's actually very smart.
Silent Hill Homecoming, mostly negative. Oof. I'm looking at the other Silent Hills now. So they haven't been doing that great for a while.
Right. So this one is gonna probably bring back intrigue to the series, to the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? More power to them.
Yeah.
Yes. Let this be a beacon to devs. Games from 20, 30 years ago deserve good remakes with budgets and time so they can make a good remake.
Facts. Agreed. 100%. So this is coming from our producer Jerm. Metaphor ReFantazio. Is it a game of the year contender? Listen, I don't know. So because on Metacritic, it's still it's sitting at the same 93 as of the 10th October 12th.
Well,
Yeah, so I don't know. It's
I
possible.
don't know. Has a turn-based game ever won Game of the Year?
I'm not sure.
In recent history?
Yeah. Has it?
Maybe not recent, but they used to all the time.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were turn-based games that could get Game of the Year.
Simpler times. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, that's a rough sell.
Yeah, like we discussed.
I think the game is too niche for it to be a contender, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like niche games have. Let me take that back. I feel like I was gonna say I think niche games have taken Game of the Year before. No, like It Takes Two. I would consider it a niche game. It Takes Two won Game of the Year 2 years ago,
mm,
and it was just on the mere fact that you can do couch co-op.
yeah,
I personally believe that.
That nostalgia tickle.
Yeah, that was the only. I feel like that was the only. Not that it wasn't a good game because it's a great game, but I feel like that was something
Dragon
that,
Age Inquisition was a turn-based game,
and it
and
won Game of the
that won
Year.
Game of the Year. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, damn. Yeah, so it might have a chance. Now again, I was the one who put this on the notes. That was the producer, Germ. Shout out to Germ.
Shout out to Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm the wrong guy to ask about like games like these. This is not my alley at all. None whatsoever.
You
So,
wouldn't even venture into
it's-
starting to get into those?
I would try it out.
It's definitely up my alley in terms of like the genre, but for me nowadays, seeing a game like this for $70, it's an instant turn off.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, and like I said, this game is also being this game was developed by the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5. So yeah.
We'll get it on sale sooner for us PC folks. We know what it is.
Jerem says Baldur's Gate is a turn-based game.
Yes,
Baldur's Gate 3.
the combat
Is
is turn-based. Yes.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was more like Diablo style?
Yeah, I thought it was that too. I personally thought that.
No, you take a pause, you say an action. It plays out Diablo looking,
But it's
but
not.
it is not. There's turns to it.
Gotcha.
Damn. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, yeah. Speaking of other games, so there's this one game I just recently mentioned it. I don't know if anybody knows about this little game. It's called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It recently got released, and it's
Vaguely
breaking
familiar.
vaguely familiar. You know, I don't know if you guys know about that IP. It's very dormant.
What's
you know what I
a
mean?
Dragon Ball?
But yeah, the game is breaking records, bro. Apparently, right? And it goes back to what we said initially. I think this is appealing to like the casuals. I think the casuals are what's making this game go this hard.
21,000 reviews on Steam. Very positive.
Mm-hmm. Says according to SteamDB on Thursday night in the US saw a whopping 91. Damn. So 91,000. Am I saying that correctly? Yes. 91,000 players jumping into Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Steam. A phenomenal effort for games that has yet to fully launch. This number has seen, yes, because this was pre-release. Because the game released on Friday. So this was pre-release. Damn.
21,000
top
reviews.
Street Fighter. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's insane.
Okay. Everyone take a seat back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What?
As someone who loves Street Fighter,
Mm-hmm.
it's part of my childhood video game DNA. Y'all have seen me go to tournaments. It's not hard to top Street Fighter in sales. Street Fighter is a consistent seller, but it is rarely the best seller.
Right. No, but I think they're comparing it in regards to like fighting games, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about 4 fighting games. Every time a Mortal Kombat comes out, on the release window of that Mortal Kombat, it sells more. Mortal Kombat as a franchise has outsold Street Fighter. Even though they have way more duds in the Mortal Kombat lineup.
Yeah.
The franchise has outsold it. So it's not hard to outsell Street Fighter. Street Fighter is just a consistent seller.
Right.
It's just not the best seller.
It holds up over time too.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So IGN gave it a 7 out of 5, naturally.
Yeah. This game is
like
7
out of 5.
Yo, I feel like IGN does that shit when they feel like it's gonna be what's the term? Divisive? So they try to give it this like a political number. It'll be like 7 because we don't want to hear shit from nobody. But it's become a meme at this point.
Right.
IGN gave Concord a 7, gave Sparking Zero a 7. What else did they give a 7? There's so many games IGN gave a 7 that people just are like, all right, bro, something's up here. What are you doing?
Just 7 is like we're not sure. It's good.
Yeah,
7.
right. 7. That's it.
Be glad none of them are school teachers. Jeez.
Jesus.
Hello.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, guys, so most people are giving it high scores here. So 80, 82, 10, 9 out of 10. So it's sitting at a generally favorable at 81 and 88 on 8.8 and on Metacritic. So yeah, I think this game is doing pretty good. Like I said.
Yeah, yeah. Expected though. Even before I decided I wasn't gonna get the game, I was excited for it because I was thinking back to my childhood. With Tenkaichi and
Right.
Budokai, and But then after watching people play the game on Twitch, I was like, it's not gonna do it for me.
Right. I don't know, bro.
Yo,
I said,
ask
I'm
chat
playing for the story.
Chat, are any of you playing Sparking Zero right now? Sparking Zero, and how are you guys liking it?
I know Heartless is playing Sparking Zero. I think he recently got it.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why he ain't here.
Yeah.
What is
who
this
else?
review? Ape Vegeta has beat my ass countless times, around 20 to be exact, and I
Bro, isn't it
savored
like a beat
every
'em up though?
moment of it.
Isn't this game like a beat 'em up? Is there real strategies to the game? I could be wrong. Like I'm saying,
No,
like
so
when I play Tenkaichi, it's like
I've seen that ape battle with Vegeta.
mhm.
It's very much pattern boss fights from like the platformer days. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I hear Vegeta is like very difficult because
So
even Bandai is making memes about it. That's how bad it is.
Bella says I'm playing it. Pinksy says it's gas. I'm liking it. Okay.
Okay. All right. So if you guys are gonna be streaming that, let us know. And we'll, send you guys some attention over that side.
I'll get it on sale. Then I'll join you.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna get that on sale. I'm not gonna.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me hit the CD keys right now. Just.
All right, so guys, we're now to our new section. It's just called the Gamer Reactual section, and I know Reaper is gearing up for this part because he's very. I know he has a lot to say about this section. So the question is for this week is: do 3D fighting games age poorly? Now, okay, this is coming based on the comments from Tekken director when asked about 3D fighting games. It's different from 2D fighting games because 3D fighting games players tend to play the latest installment, Arada said via interpreter. Okay, so this was an interpretation, of course, because Arada can't talk English. I forgot. I tend to forget that all the time because I'm usually reading his translations. So it's like that's right.
Oh, it's
All
really not his words; it's the words
yeah,
of the translator.
exactly. So a lot of times I'm like, wait a minute, is he? Oh yeah, that's right. Starting from early on, it was polygon character models that really pushed the edge of graphics at the time. So when you see it later on, it doesn't look nearly as impressive as it used to. 2D fighting games, because they were just sprite characters and stuff, they don't seem to age graphically that much. I feel like I'm kind of not agreeing with this. And that's not the main reason. People played it in the first place. Tekken project producer Michael Mori added that they generally agreed with Harada's opinion, but did say he would be more interested in replaying something less traditional, such as Tekken Tag Team 2 or the Tekken Force. What is Tekken Force?
Tekken Force.
I don't remember Tekken Force. Tekken Force. Is that like a beat 'em up?
I think it was a beat 'em up mode in another Tekken. Yeah.
I did not play that. Yeah.
I didn't know
3D side scrolling beat 'em up. Yeah, it's a mode in the other games from back in the day.
You know, when I hear that, you know where my mind went, Reaper?
Where?
What?
Fighting Force.
Yes, which we need to show off again. That dude's been updating it.
Yeah.
Yep. By a New York developer, y'all. Just
Yeah, bro. All right, let's go back to the comments real quick. Fighting. Oh, I said Fighting Force, Tekken
yeah.
Force, or Devil Within beat 'em up modes in the past Tekken games. But I wouldn't even see myself picking up Tekken 3 or playing against friends for an extended period of time. He he conceded. So yeah, there is a difference we feel between the 3D fighters and the 2D fighters in the respect. Harada Tekken's director and Michael Mori Tekken producer. Me personally, you know what? Let me ask you guys. What are your thoughts on that, Reaper? Especially you. I want to hear what you have to say, and then Jay, you can pick up from there.
Sure.
One. Yeah, the initial wonder of them was yes that they were in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of this is the first time we're able to do this.
Right.
So you had your Battle Arena to Shindens, your Street
Mhm.
Fighter EXs, your Bloody
Remember this
Roar.
vaguely.
Bloody Roar was
Roar. Oh
fave of
my
mine.
god. Yo, I
Um,
wish they be. Do you know Bloody Roar, Jay?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I'm gonna Google it
You
right now.
basically can transform into beasts, into animals, like anthropomorphic
yeah,
fighters.
like
Oh
everyone
yeah,
had their
yeah.
own inner animal, and
Yeah.
your
I played
special,
this.
yeah, your special was essentially your meter built up. You would
Mhm.
pop that mode, and you dealt. I wouldn't say double damage, but that was when you were a heavy hitter of whatever
Right.
your
Yeah,
character could do.
I remember playing this at an arcade back in Jamaica.
Yes, definitely. You have to,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, these games at first
Mhm.
were kind of a niche show off of whatever the console could do,
Mhm.
but it's not necessarily that they age poorly. It's just that interest overall fell for the fighting genre,
Mhm.
and these cost way more to make. So a lot of them fell by the wayside. It's like, oh, fighting games are selling less. Why are we going to spend the money to make these? So
Right.
Right.
some of them still look kind of decent for their
Yeah, because
time.
this looks decent. This looks
Yeah.
pretty decent.
Virtual Fighter on PlayStation 2 still looks decent.
Mhm. Yeah, I saw
Um,
a Virtual Fighter recently. It looks good.
and still looks decent. So it's not that they aged that terribly. It's just that some of them haven't had an update in so long. You go back and it's cringy. Like, yeah, the first Virtual Fighter probably looks bad, but then Virtual Fighter 5 looks good. Just like the first Street Fighter looks bad. The Street Fighter 2, even if you don't go to the updated ones, just look at raw Street Fighter 2 and then compare it to Street Fighter Alpha series. It
Mhm.
looks
Right.
bad.
Right.
That's just the natural progression of the genre. But because it became expensive to make, and there was a big lull in fighting games having any interest, a lot of these franchises died off. There's no Bloody Roars, there's no Battle Arena to Shinden, Street Fighter EX series is dead. Rival Schools, when was the last time you seen that? Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat and
people are
Street
crying
Fighter
for
went
it.
2.5. Yeah, they went 2.5D. Dead or Alive still pops up because you know why Dead or Alive still pops up. And then there's Tekken. Like Tekken is really the one that kept their original format. Because technically, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are still 3D models. They just no longer try to fight on a 3D plane.
Right. True. Because Street Fighter kind of tried to take that over at one point. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Was that
EX.
EX? Yeah. I
Yep.
did not enjoy EX.
Mortal Kombat tried it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they definitely Deadly Alliance. With the
Mhm.
Deadly Alliance. Mortal Kombat 4 as well.
4, yes.
4.
That game was actually pretty fun. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie.
was
I enjoyed it.
fast paced. It was a fast paced 3D
Yeah.
fighter, which is something I don't like my fighting games to be slow, which is
Right.
probably
Yeah.
why I don't take to Tekken that much,
Mhm.
because I feel like Tekken is kind of like a slower, more methodical fighting game. You know what I
can see
mean?
that. Yeah, because even if you look back at
Ladies and
okay, you have the
gentlemen, we
video.
actually have a special guest. He might be
Oh wait,
pulling up. Yes, we do. But we'll wait for a second.
Tekken 3. Can you pull up video of Tekken 3?
Yes,
So
we
that's
can.
PlayStation 1. What is this? 96, 97 it dropped?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm remembering wrong. I still don't think that looks like a game I couldn't go back and play. Does it look worse than the current Tekken? Yeah. But it still looks like a fighter that's playable. There you go. The camera had to cool off, huh?
Yeah.
Put a fan on it. A little USB fan.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this camera down soon though. I'm gonna change my camera.
Gotcha.
I don't think we need a professional grade camera here. I really don't.
You say that, but when you try to dial in, I'm working with
Mhm.
someone who's having camera issues right now. When you
Yeah.
try to dial in webcam settings to match the video quality you're used to,
Mhm.
ain't
Ladies and
work.
gentlemen, we got somebody special in here. I really think he wasn't gonna make it, but we got the Heartless.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
Hey,
Yo,
you.
we
What's
got something
good,
special
bro?
in here. I really thought you
Welcome
meant Jay
in.
and Reaper, but
Welcome in.
Welcome in, bro. Welcome in.
Look at
what's
that.
good, everybody?
How's the
Street
move,
Jesus.
Street Jesus in the building,
Man said Street Jesus. How's the move, bro? I know you
bro.
sound tired.
So right now, I'm still back at my old place, but with the dead, empty home. All I have
What?
is a desk and a couch.
Why are you at the old joint?
Yeah.
So, okay, he said, "Why, what?
Why are you at the old joint?
place?
Yeah.
Why, what?
Why are you at the old place?
Oh, why am I at the old place? I have to do some cleaning. I have to do some cleaning.
Okay, because you can hear the echoing.
Yeah, we can hear
You guys can hear it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds empty.
All right. Okay, I put the headphones on. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that, but you're dead right.
Mhm.
It did sound echoey compared to this. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Cleaning up for selling.
Yeah, pretty much.
God.
Okay.
Good luck with that, bro.
But yeah, Heartless, we were talking about like 3D fighting games and if they age poorly.
They
So
do.
since
I
you
remember
can-
this from the show notes actually.
Yeah.
What was that? What was his name? Harada was saying that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Harada was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying. So in the article that I was reading earlier, I think he was saying that they rely on 3D graphics, which obviously they're not sprite-like. It's, the old 2D fighting games, they have that sprite-like feel. That
Right.
they obviously are made of sprites and not 3D animations. They don't rely on what's the word for it? The latest and greatest technological leap to make a pretty game. So therefore, when you look back at an older Tekken game and it's being made using 3D models as opposed to sprites, it's less of a oh, this is a nice cool artistic piece, and rather, oh, this used to be the latest and greatest technology, but now it's just old to look at.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense logically if you think about it.
Yeah.
He's
You
dead.
can
He's
tell.
dead right. He's dead
Yeah.
right.
It kind of touches on what Reaper and I were talking about earlier, and Jay, when we talked about like games that are more stylistic in choice tend to age better than games that are trying to go for a
Straight up.
super like realistic feel, like a hyper realistic feel. I feel like
Mhm.
that's what it is. When 3D games like that age, you see the age because it's a
Yes.
it's a product of the time.
Yes.
Just to clarify, we don't categorize the later MK series as 3D fighters, right? They're still,
No.
No.
They're
Okay.
2.5D.
Yeah,
two and a
because
half.
they use 3D models, 3D assets, 3D elements,
It's
but
on a
at the
2D
end of
plane.
the day, your movement is limited from left to right, up and down. You don't get to
Yeah.
move in the foreground or the background.
Right.
That's what I thought. I wanted to clarify that just in case
Absolutely.
anybody was
Absolutely.
wondering.
Good question. Good question.
Mhm. So even though Dragon Ball the Dragon Ball game is an arena fighter, I think it's safe to consider that like a 3D fighter
3D
as well.
fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, even though it's like an arena fighter.
Yeah.
Heartless, how are you enjoying Sparking Zero? By the way, I know you have it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
And you didn't play it.
I don't have a controller. I did play it, and without a D-pad or a right stick, there's certain things in the game you just cannot do. You can't fuse, and there's some
the hitbox.
supers. Shout out to Noso for gifting me the game. The game is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so first off, the game doesn't warn you about the shaders. So when I first turned the game on, I legit thought that my PC could not play the damn game.
Mhm.
So I spent about 20 minutes messing around with that. And then I just realized the game runs. I'm like, oh shit, the game runs. And then I mentioned it to the people that I was in the voice chat with, and they're like, yeah, I think it's the shaders. The game doesn't warn you. And at first, we all thought that the game wasn't running for us. So I noticed after about 20, 25 minutes of play, the game was running smooth. So if you get the game and the game is not running smooth for you, Be careful before you go crazy fixing everything. Just give it 20 minutes. The game is really, I think it's really cool though. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's really interesting. I think it gives us a new, not a new story, but it gives us another chance to play the Tenkaichi style story. The game's fun. I gotta give it. We was hating, Cash, you and I. We was talking about, yo, this isn't for me. It's not a real fighting game. Which, by the way, we should talk about that.
I still stick to what I said. I'll play the storyboard. That's about it.
No. We should talk about the fact: is it a fighting game or is it not a fighting game? Because
I don't know what to call
the
it.
discourse is going crazy over this right now.
All right, we can settle that in the chat right now. Chat: is this game a fighting game? Is it not a fighting game?
Let's broaden it.
Put a poll
Our
up for
arena fighting games. Let's broaden it. Yeah.
I mean,
No, you need a poll.
it has fighting in the title, so an arena fighting game would be considered a fighting game, no?
Is UFC a fighting game?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I mean,
is
Elden Ring a fighting game because it involves characters that fight each other?
No,
that's an RPG.
But UFC,
No RPG
UFC
elements.
is one beating the health bar off the other one.
Yeah.
Versus
It has a health bar. He has two opponents going in.
Elden Ring
is one beating the health bar of the other one as well.
Here's the difference, right? Elden Ring, it's not about that's versus. You can leave that fight or just die out of that fight. You can avoid that fight. The purpose of Elden Ring isn't necessarily the fights. It's really to collect souls or whatever the story is. The purpose of UFC in any of these games is to complete that fight, that next opponent. Not the story. The story could be deleted.
So Smash is a fighting game.
Smash Brothers is a fighting game. It's a fighting game tournament.
No. So listen, I agree that Smash is a fighting game. I just have to get that in there. I do not think that Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I do not think it is one of. If you're a fighting game player, I think seeing people calling Sparking Zero a fighting game is kind of a little cringe to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's not a traditional fighting game.
It's not. There's actually a chart for it where I'm actually going to go to Twitter. I'm going to go get the chart. You guys can keep on talking if you want, but I'm going to go get the chart. I'm going to link it. And we can see Rufamonger, who is one of the biggest fighting game content creators on the entire planet. We can see his stance on it.
So that was Rufamonger who posted that?
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to his Twitter right now to find it. He has like a picture of the. I forgot who made this chart. It's like a chart on how to categorize every fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna find it. I'll find it for us in a second.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear of a Dragon Ball fighting game not be considered
a fighting game.
Fighting
crazy to think about, right?
Coming from the Budokai series back in the 16-bit days to now, to hear that is that.
Listen, you got Budokai. For me, Budokai was my favorite, not the Tenkaichi series. But Budokai.
Which Budokais? We talking about the 16-bit ones?
No, not the 16-bit ones. The ones that came out for like PS2. And then they made like the cell shaded version of Budokai. Remember that?
Yeah.
So this isn't on Rufamonger's page, but if you look in the private chat, I put the link to this chart. And you guys can kind of get a picture.
I'll pull up the chart.
Yeah. So this chart includes a lot of games. The chart also includes Tenkaichi. It includes Xenoverse. It includes For Honor. But if you look, those games are all over there to the right-hand side.
All right. So fighting games, right?
Yep. There's
archetypes. So classic and modern. Wow, Rufo. That's funny. It's a Street Fight. It's the Street Fighter thing for me.
This chart, by the way, is not by Rufamonger. I'm just pretty sure I seen him adding to the discourse on Twitter, and he was using this chart to explain to people. You will not find the new Sparking Zero game on the left-hand side of this chart.
No, because it's not traditional. It's not a traditional fighting game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be more over to this side. the whole like Smash, yes, multiverses, all of that would be on this side. You're right, totally right. But Budokai, so where would Budokai fall over here?
Oh,
Like,
all the way to the right under Arena Fighter.
no, that you have Budokai Tenkaichi and you have Budokai. There's two different kinds of Budokai.
Y'all can kiss my Budokai.
I think they have it under 3D Classic.
3D Classic.
If I zoom in, I have to zoom in because this chart.
Oh, it is. You're right. It's right here. 3D Classic. There we go. Because this is a traditional fighting game. Budokai is a traditional fighting game, Harless.
Why do I not remember from my childhood as being a traditional fighting game? I just remember
Because most people get caught up on Budokai Tenkaichi. But Budokai was the first one. Budokai was the first one. They had that Budokai 2, which was a cel-shaded version of the first game, right? Then you had the Tenkaichi series.
Yo, I just want to say,
because Budokai is coming. They have a Budokai that is coming out soon. Like
I just gotta say,
yeah, Cash. Budokai was basically what Fighter Z is today.
Exactly. But
y'all remember Final Bout?
Final Bout.
Y'all remember? You guys don't remember Dragon Ball Final Bout?
Mm-mm.
Anyways, I was gonna say, shout out to my stepmom. She a piece of shit, but I do remember on that fateful Christmas, she did get me Budokai and Kingdom Hearts. So shout out to her.
Damn.
Budokai 3 was the one that was 3D.
There's a
Budokai
lot to unpack there.
A lot.
He said there's a lot.
But
to
I'm
unpack.
gonna keep going. I'm not even gonna no, not even. But Budokai was the one that I fell in love with.
This is the ones that I don't see on the list. Okay, I said it wrong. It's Butenden's Dragon Ball Z series. These were the 16-bit ones.
All right, so this is the one that I'm talking about that I know. This is the one I grew up on. Like, y'all can miss me with the Budokai shit. I mean, Budokai.
Cody said his rap battle a fighting game. I mean, technically is.
Miss Man.
I mean, Def Jam. The Def Jam fighting games.
Def Jam is a traditional.
Is tennis a fighting game?
This man.
It's one person fighting another person. They got life points.
All right. Let's look at this shit. I want you to check this.
Is chess a fighting game? I mean, we have an army.
It is. But look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This was one of my favorite DBZ fighting games, bro.
There we go.
Wait, is this Budokai?
This is Budokai.
That shit looks like it came out today.
Exactly. That's what I would talk. So this is what we're talking about: stylistic choices. Stylistic choices make your game look like almost like timeless.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lara Croft's triangular boobs.
Yo, rest in peace, joysticks.
Jesus. Yo, I remember this. Yo, my palms, bro. I would rub my palms out, bro.
Hey,
this is
there was no saving that statement. There was no pause.
Yo, you pull up to the arcade.
Yeah, because you have to, like, when it comes to like the energy clashes, like the beams, when you do the beam clash, you had to like rub the analog sticks, bro. Jesus, bro. But this is the fighting game. This is how it looked. The game was fun to me personally.
It's a good looking game.
Yes, it still is to this day.
Yeah,
so
I started way earlier. Super Butenden series.
Yeah.
They were Japanese only releases, I think.
This is like you have to guess your opponent's button in order to like counter it. This was fun. Like, this part of the game was fun as well. And if you did all three, then they would do their super move. But if not, yeah, but then you have to parry it. You see it? So
the actions in the bottom are kind of getting covered up by our cameras, but yeah, we see it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one coming back because I know they're working on it right now.
Cash, did you play Infinite World?
No.
Dragon Ball?
No.
Show them Final Bout.
Final Bout.
I feel like if you've seen the cover, you'd be like, "Oh man, I feel like I've seen this as a kid."
I probably have. Final Bout is a fighting game, right?
Yeah.
Final Bout.
And I know I feel like it's a traditional fighting game because I remember as kids, my friend buying it, being like, "What is this?"
Oh, it's a Dragon Ball Z game.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Final Bout.
Yeah. It's got
I feel like
adult
I
Kid Goku on
vaguely
it.
I vaguely remember it, and here's why I vaguely remember it because it looks so similar to friggin' Budokai. I think that's why. I remember it. Yeah, I do. I remember it.
Okay. So you see how we just looked at an old 3D game and
Hmm.
said, "Hey, that still looks good."
Right.
I posted in there.
This still looks good.
I posted in there Super Botenden. So after we see this, we've seen all these Dragon Ball games. Look at that video of Super Botenden. Keep in mind, it's a 2D game.
I remember this when you get closer, it comes back together, but if you move away, it splits. The screen splits.
What, this one?
The Botenden
Yeah.
used to
But
split.
yeah, but you'll see that even his statement isn't universal, that it's just 3D. Even 2D ones can
Yeah.
age out.
Yeah, because of the sprites. If
Yeah.
the sprites, especially early on, like earlier sprites will definitely you could tell the age on earlier sprite games.
I do think fairly shortly after when this probably came out, the sprites had gotten to a point where they were good enough to last the next 20 years. But this does look kind of older.
Yeah.
And even then, it doesn't look bad. The fact that it's sprite based makes it not look as bad. This is like,
Right. But I know exactly what Reaper's saying.
Yeah, so they all age out. His statement, it on the surface sounds great because we've seen multiple examples of it.
Hmm.
But we talked about games like Ico, Shadows of the Colossus, and now going outside of fighting, just in general.
Right.
If your goal was hyperrealism, yes, the realism goalpost moves.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Taiketsu being shown?
No,
No,
Super
but it plays like that. To me personally, Taiketsu was a remake of this.
Oh, okay.
But you see how there's no detail in the faces, even though they're sprites.
Right.
The shadows are horrible. The sky doesn't move convincingly. All of that stuff was taken care of later on.
Right.
But there's no way you'd look at this and say,
the men's are literally standing in the air. Like
there's no flying
they don't look like
animation.
they're flying. They don't even look like they're flying.
Yeah, they all age out.
Yeah, it does.
So his statement was a little narrow. He was just trying to make an excuse.
Right.
But if someone were to, I don't know, take the Battlina to Shinden license and make a new one,
right,
that would be fire. Bloody Roar, maybe. I don't know.
I would love to see a new Bloody Roar game. I would personally love to see a new Bloody Roar game.
Like, I dare anybody here to go back and play the first Street Fighter or Fighting Street, depending on where it was translated.
You're talking about the one where you got to beat the actual buttons?
Yeah, where there was only a punch and a kick. Yeah.
Yeah. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing
the first one. The first Street Fighter. That's the first one.
It's crazy to think that we got an entire genre of games from that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted them to continue Killer Instinct, and that died.
Killer Instinct isn't dead per se. It's become niche.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the problem.
The last game was 2013, so.
Which I'm pretty sure isn't that the first fighting game to have rollback?
I
I'm
don't know.
gonna double check. I'm gonna fact check myself.
No, that's all good. First game to have rollback.
Because they're still having Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker was made around Killer Instinct.
Oh, I think.
Hold on. Tony said, "Oh, is Pokemon a fighting game?" I mean, yes, if you consider Pokken Tournament.
Pokken Tournament, yeah.
Bro, even if you just are playing regular Pokemon, if we're gonna categorize fighting game as in 1v1 and we have life points and we fight in like I attack your life points or you attack my life points, Yu-Gi-Oh is a fighting game.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't find anything concrete here. First game to have rollback.
So I see multiple answers. I see Melty Blood type Lumia, and then I see Skullgirls.
Have for rollback.
Nah, it's Killer Instinct. It's Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I can't find anything.
Yeah, there's a list of games. Oh, just go to the list of games with a rollback netcode and look for the one with the oldest. There we go. That's a good list.
Yeah.
Skullgirls came out April 10th, 2012. And I'm pretty sure it did have rollback. Okay.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct came out. Let's see. 2013. I remember finding out that Killer Instinct is the first fighting game to
Okay,
have.
so the technical term for it is GGPO, aka neck. Okay, so if we look GGPO, the first one was Final Fight Double Impact,
Holy shit.
Fuck.
2010. Dragon Ball Zenkai Battle, 2011. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, 2011. Then Skullgirls, 2012. Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, 2012. So it became an ongoing thing after that. Just everybody and their mama started using it thereafter.
Okay. But yeah, guys.
Didn't know that.
Tony's
2010.
asking, what's the rollback?
You don't know what rollback is?
Oh boy.
Tony.
I'm gonna try to explain this as easily as possible. Rollback is a net code that relies on prediction. Okay, the way it works is the net code will give you the net code. Let's say that this is kind of complicated. I'm trying to think of it in a way to not confuse people.
You're trying to find the most basic.
The most basic way to not confuse people, okay? The way that this net code works is it relies on the fact that if you were to chop a frame or 2 frame or 3 frames out of an animation, the human eye cannot really perceive it. And the way it works is it's a prediction-based netcode system. So let's say, for instance, you have a 10-frame move. You do a 10-frame move, and you have, let's say that our internet connection leaves us with about 2 frames of rollback. That's a technical term for it, 2 frames of rollback. What they would do is they would cut out 2 frames from the beginning of every animation. So that animation that you just did that was 10 frames, you would lose the first 2 frames of it. And the reason why they would cut out the first 2 frames is so that animation ends where you would perceive it to end in real time. So it allows people who are not next to each other to feel like they are directly next to each other.
That's a good way to explain it, yeah.
Yeah, and the way they do it is they cut out the beginning of the animations so that the animations end when you would expect them to end in real life. And by the way, guys, this is crazy enough. I believe it was the gentleman and his brother who run Evo, the biggest fighting game tournament,
and made 2X scale.
And they're making 2X KO. They invented rollback netcode.
Yep, that's true.
Reaper, thank you very much. Thank you
very much. For the nerds who want to read.
For the nerds who really want to have a real understanding of what rollback netcode is, click that. Do not rely on this one idiot's explanation.
By the way, so Tony Ponder Cannon, the main developer, every fighting game before 2019 that used it was paying him a license fee. He didn't open source it till 2019.
So he was making bank off that.
I don't know if it was about making bank or if it was about that he wasn't.
It's just a discovery of it.
I think that I don't think he was like, yo, this is like ready. So he's not like releasing it out to the world yet, maybe. Because there is still some kinks in the rollback armor. I have to say.
I mean, it was predictive, right? So it was going to predict your next input. So as you get more data on any game, that prediction would only get better. So I'm pretty sure if we go back and play, was it Final Fight Double Impact in 2010, where they had next to no predictive data, and compare that to what was the last game that came out with it, Samurai Showdown 2019. I'm pretty sure those feel vastly different, even though they're both using rollback.
Right. But yeah,
that's crazy. 9 years of license fees.
Yeah, I know he definitely made bank.
Yo, Tony, can I get a small loan? Just.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna switch things up for a little bit. Now we are going to enter our speed run section. Heartless, you think you got this, or do you want me to do it?
I'm professional, baby. You know what it is.
Cool,
you know what it is. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You sure about that?
No.
Okay, let me pull up the show notes. Wait. By the way, how was the show? I know I missed a lot, but how was the show?
The show was good, bro. Show was fun. We got Reaper, we got Jay. What do you want? What more do you want, bro? What
Me?
more do you want?
Me, man.
Yeah, it was a little light on the Heartless. Little light.
That's what I'm saying.
Needed more Heartless.
I agree. So I'm ready for this whenever you guys are.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
So chat, first of all, shout out to Reaper, shout out to Jay, shout out to the KXI community. Call to actions. Make sure you guys click the follow button on just about everything you can get your hands on. And much love to everybody. Right now, we got the Gamer Actual speed run, and you guys know what that means. We're gonna take you through some topics, and we're gonna give the team and maybe even the audience a chance to discuss something. If you guys got nothing to say, we move on fairly quickly. The first topic is Epic Games is now quote unquote financially financially sound. The CEO reveals Epic Games is now financially sound, the CEO reveals. Apparently, this cost over 800 jobs of layoffs in 2024, but now the company is feeling somewhat comfortable. Does anybody have any input on that?
No.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. You're financially sound because you started releasing all your games on Steam again.
We love to hear the truth. Next topic. Tomb Raider series surpasses 100 million units sold. Also reveals Tomb Raider 4 through 6 HD collection.
Is anyone else surprised they just reached 100 mil?
Yes.
Seems like they should have hit that a minute ago.
I very much agree with you there, but I feel like we went an entire 15 years without hearing about a good Tomb Raider game. So
Maybe,
what?
yeah,
15?
maybe
You said 15 years?
15, yeah, something like that.
So what about the last set of Tomb Raider games that came out?
Yeah, were they like fire?
yeah.
They were good. They were
They're good.
amazing games. What are we talking about right now?
Did they garner the respect that the Tomb Raider series had
yes,
in the
they
early
have.
2000s?
Hell yeah.
All right, then you should be surprised as well. Okay,
But there was a gap. There was a
There was a gap. There was
There was a
definitely a
gap
gap.
before those came out. It
you know what I'm
was
saying?
like a 10-year gap of just like no
Mhm.
Tomb Raider.
Nobody cared about the Tomb Raider franchise for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, the next subject on the list is Little Big Planet 3 and its DLC are being delisted on October 31st from the PS Store. Whether we want to talk about this or not, let's be honest. The digital media space is becoming very, 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 very scary. Would you guys not agree?
Yeah.
One of our
Push the
friends,
button, your game's gone.
yeah, one click of a button, your games are gone. One of our friends apparently owns, well, he thought he owned all the FIFA games, but apparently now he has no access to any of the FIFA games released before 2023. When he paid and he owns all of them. So he was complaining about that to me this week, and I'm like, wow, this is actually where we're headed to.
I mean, now they made it official in all the licenses in very plain text. So if you were confused about it before, you better not be now. Unless you're like me and you have these.
Jesus.
You don't have these.
I don't think those mean anything either nowadays.
Oh no, these do. This is for the Dreamcast. This is for the PlayStation.
I mean, you're right. And for the Dreamcast and the PlayStation, but nowadays when they release a game that you must play in online mode,
oh yeah, you're done.
owning that physical copy means absolutely nothing.
None.
The next topic on the list. Oh wow, it's funny. Ironic enough, physical media fans rejoice. The VGC announces its return to printing media with the 2025 guide to video games. No way.
Nice.
I wonder if
kinda
things
sick.
coming back. You think Game Informer will come back now?
Never,
that they're doing that?
never.
Yeah, okay, if someone buys the license, the original people, no.
Yeah.
If someone buys the name,
Yeah, and do it.
yeah.
Yo, guys, we can do this, bro.
Buy the license to Game Informer. But I showed up 2 hours late to my own podcast tonight. I don't know what it is that we can do.
every issue just gets later and later.
Fact.
You get in the December issue next March.
Yo, honestly, who needs Gamer Informal when we got the actual Gamer
Actual.
Factual
Right.
Patreon, where we be throwing everything on there. So make sure you guys subscribe.
Please.
Much love. The last topic in our Gamer Actual speed run is going to be the topic that we've all been waiting our entire lives for. Concord might be returning, hopefully for free.
More than likely, it's gonna be. I really believe it's gonna be a free.
So what brought about this?
The return?
No, this news or rumor.
Okay. Apparently, there's still updates happening to Concord on Steam.
Mhm.
Concord files are still being updated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
That's
if
a
the
good
game is
sign.
dead, then why are they doing that? Right?
Right.
which
So
means
I really
the
feel
devs
like
are
it's
still
free to
on
play.
staff.
It's gonna be free to play. I'm still holding on to the fact that
That's the route they should have went.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
it's going to be free to play, but that also means it's going to be free to not play. So we will see how that works.
Damn. If y'all don't get together and get a game in with Mori at least once,
No, for sure.
Mhm.
okay.
For sure. I was dead ass going to buy the game. It's crazy this effect that having friends has on you. It's like sometimes all you need is one friend that you know will play the game to be like, I'll pick this up because I'd rather play this with you than play something that nobody's playing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Look at Pinksy doing the Lord's work.
Okay. Yo, I bought the game and then it got refunded. Wow.
You know what? Shout out to them actually refunding though.
Yeah,
That could have went sideways.
I would have
Yeah.
took my money. I would have kept my money. I'm like, no, I mean, if I was the company,
I don't think
I
they
would have
could
Yeah,
kept
have
my
done
money.
that.
yeah.
Oh, the class action would be crazy.
Why?
Yeah, because it's a recent game. It's a recent release. They have
Well,
to refund the money.
here's the thing, right? Some companies are shady enough. They're like, all right, how much would we possibly have to pay in a settlement to offload that? And how much did we make on the game?
Right.
If we still have money left over off what we made in the game, even after the settlement, fuck it, keep that shit.
Mm.
Just saying.
He's not wrong. Tony's saying people would have freaked out if it turned free to play.
I mean, it's gonna be free to play. I honestly feel that, bro. I just mark today, October
Cash said it.
14th. Pizza bet. October
Better-
14th.
Better games have gone free to play.
Right.
Team
Oh,
Fortress
we got
2,
a raid. Hold
went
up.
free to
Jake
play.
pitching with
Let's
the raid of
go.
24.
Shout out to Jake.
Hey.
Yo, what up, Jake?
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey.
We might as well extend the podcast another 2 hours.
Hey. I'm
Ooh.
Uber said,
Oh, no.
Hold your horses,
Jake,
Tony.
how are you, bro? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, guys. You are now entered the Gamer Actual podcast. I'm your host, Cash. We got guest Reaper PC, Joel TJ, and the one and only, the Heartless 99.
Street Jesus.
Welcome in, Street Jesus. But yeah, Heartless, keep going. What are
That
we
was
saying
the
about Concord?
last. That was the last story. What do we want to get into? Developing stories. We got any rumors this week?
There's no developing stories. That's it.
Okay, want to get into the
Well,
question of the week?
What wasn't that last one kind of almost a developing story that Concord's
The
files
Concord,
are being updated?
Yeah,
That one's kind of both categories, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't know. I feel like I said, it's like we said, we were talking about a pizza bet before we got rated. I think that this game is going to be free to play when it relaunches.
I mean,
That's a safe bet.
that's a
I
safe
mean,
bet. It's a lot safer than this being like, yo, they're gonna relaunch this for $40.
I don't think it's coming back for $40. I am sorry. It's just not happening. I don't see it happening.
I think that game
terrible
would have
idea.
I think that game would have been better received if it was a $20 release, because then it turns into, look how good this game is for a $20 game,
Right.
versus why is this game $40 instead of free? 20 is kind of that cheap enough thing where everything you get for that price is kind of a value, versus 40 where it's too close to a full price of a game where it's like, might as well make this free.
Yeah.
I think they picked the wrong price point.
They were saying a few weeks ago that the $40 price point makes them think like, are you guys not confident enough to sell your game for $60?
Yeah, that's what we said. We did say
I
that.
can see that. I could see that being a thing that people would get in their heads when they looked at the price.
Yeah, because
There's a whole psychology to pricing.
exactly.
That's why we got everything is $299.99 versus just saying it's $300. That 1 cent off does something psychologically where it seems like a better deal.
Right.
And somebody there didn't do their homework when they picked that price.
All right, so guys, we're going to switch over to our question of the week. Now, last week we asked you guys, what game are you picking up for February 2025? That was a big discussion for last week because Assassin's Creed got pushed back to February. But it's getting pushed into a month where it's going to be a very stacked month. So Avowed is going to be releasing that month. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is going to be released that month. Monster Hunter Wild will be released that month, and also Assassin's Creed Kingdom Come Deliverance was also on the list as well. So you guys voted. We had 10 votes, and for those 10 votes, we had 70 people, 70% vote Monster Hunter Wild. So yeah, look where Assassin's Creed was at 10%. Nobody vote Kingdom Come. So yeah.
Ouch.
But yeah, bro. That was the comment here. There was a comment here as well. Oh, Pinksy said Monster Hunter is all I need. There we go. That sums up the entire.
You need to focus on finishing that Dragon's Dogma 100%. You know, because it seems like you're a little stuck on that.
Facts, though. So the question of the week is going to be, what 3D fighter do you want to come back? And this is actually a very good one for me. I actually like that. Shout out to Jerem for coming up with that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. What 3D fighter do you want to come back? Now, we have a bunch of options here, chat.
I'm going to say one that's not on the list just because I think it's disrespect that is not even there.
So say Dead or Alive.
No. Battle Arena Toshinden.
Huh.
What about Power Stone?
Why is it only giving me?
They had it in an earlier list, I think. Not this one for some reason, but did they have it up here? No, they didn't. Yeah, Power Stone was also left off. Yeah. What the hell?
So let's put.
Tony's asking the right questions here. Will Ubisoft survive Assassin's Creed's release?
I don't.
They said they are financially sound. Did you see the previous article?
They financially sound.
No, I doubt that. Yo, bro, they pushed Assassin's Creed because they couldn't afford another bomb this year. If you think so, if you leave Soul Calibur off, we will have words. Nah, we're gonna put Soul Calibur, Jerem. We got you.
By the way, I could reach for a Battle Arena Toshinden disc as well.
Jesus,
oh boy,
this man is crazy, bro. Reaper, we need a redemption from your channel point redemption where people can see shit on your channel, bro.
I do have that. I have old
do?
games
Nice.
and old tech.
Oh shit!
Nice.
All right, I'll be popping up. I have a lot of points for your channel, so I'm gonna start using.
Yeah, I had someone the other day because I'm one of those people who don't think shooters should be played with controllers. Sorry out there, but they think because I have that stance, I don't have a lot of controllers, and they're like, they were in a controller shopping situation. I recommended one, and they had the nerve to tell me, "What do you know about controllers? You don't have any." And I just looked around at the dozen controllers around me. I'm like, I'm sure I have more controllers within arm's reach than you've had.
So we only have one slot, and there's 3 games I'm considering: Virtual Fighter, Rival Schools, or Dead or Alive.
Why did that accent drop so hard on Virtual Fighter?
I know.
I say a toss-up between Dead or Alive and Rumble Roses just because of modern jiggle fix physics.
I mean,
listen, those would sell like hotcakes, bro.
I think Virtual. No, you said Virtual Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dead or Alive too.
But wait, when was the last time Dead or Alive dropped a game? Is that really a contender for needing revival?
You may have a point there.
I think that's. I mean, it's not an often re-upped game, but I think it's still a game that's kept up.
And nobody's suggesting Rival Schools. Wait a minute. No, you should have Rival Schools. It's dead. That's what Juju's saying in the chat. Should we
What?
do
Dead or
more?
Alive 6 is
No,
dead. Dead or Alive
no,
6 dropped 2019.
no. He's talking
2019.
about
Yeah.
rival schools.
Oh,
Talking
Rival
about rival
Schools.
schools.
Yeah.
That's not a 3D fighter though, is it?
No, it is. Rival schools
Mm-hmm.
is a 3D
Rival
fighter.
Schools was
Okay.
3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dead or Alive isn't dead,
No, it's
despite its name.
yeah. All right, we're gonna go with rival schools. All right, chat. That's it. Please head over there and vote. Don't forget to vote. Please go vote, vote, and vote because vote. Thank you. Vote.
And
Don't
also
forget.
YouTube. Can we get more than 4 slots?
Yeah, we had 5 before. I don't know why it's now giving us 4. Did they just take it back? This one was 5. This was 5 slots.
Try recreating that poll again. Something may have gone wrong.
You think so?
Yeah, just try one more time.
Can you edit?
No, it's 4 now.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 4 now. See, I just made a new one just to see. It's only giving me 4.
That is weird.
Yep. It's only 4 now.
What kind of magic did you do on the one with 5?
No, they were before. It was
Probably
all
just
5. 'Cause
recently changed it.
they changed it recently. It looks like because if you look,
You only get 4
5.
options now.
no, only 4 options now. They only give you 4 options now. Stupid. But
Drop the link in chat so people can hop on it right away.
please, chat, go check it out. Reaper, I know we had you guys over here a little too late. My bad.
Okay. The reason I agreed to tonight, I'm off tomorrow. Or
I know.
today.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah. So
But we're not that bad over. We're not that over.
look here.
Right.
Luna was on some CPT time. All right. Look, don't even try. And I don't mean the legit CPT time. For those that know what that means, you know what that means. Everybody else,
30
don't worry
minutes
about
over. I don't think Jay, you working tomorrow?
No.
Okay. No wonder
Why do you
y'all
think I'm
motherfuckers
still?
are cool. Yeah.
Why do you think I'm still on
Yeah,
here?
you're right. Because Jay would have just disappeared. You just seem to sit. Poop.
Boop.
So let's get these votes in.
Well, yeah, guys, please vote. Vote. Now, but yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Tonight was actually awesome. That was pretty fun.
That was crazy. It's the first one I missed, and it's pretty awesome.
No, it's not.
Did
This
you-
is not the first
did you
one
really
you
miss
missed.
it?
You didn't miss it though.
You didn't miss it, and this is not the first one you missed. You missed it Evo weekend.
That's true.
Evo. Oh
Because
yeah, you were
yeah,
completely
yeah.
MIA Evo, weren't you?
Yeah. I was.
I
But
think it's the
Evo,
only
though.
one. No, the second one. This is your second time. You get 3 strikes, Heartless. Next one, you're fired.
Oh, you can't fire Heartless. He's irreplaceable.
I mean, definitely irreplaceable.
Damn, I'm losing this vote already. Get your votes in, y'all.
Please get your votes in.
And don't forget to like the poll. That sounds wild now that I think about that.
Like the poll. Oh my god.
Yeah, guys,
Drop
that
a like.
actually helps. That actually helps the poll go up in the up in the algorithm. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
It's not getting
We're
better.
not, we're not doing
getting
too
better.
great right now.
Bro. But yeah, let's
Does
do our
any-
quick little sign off.
Does anybody
Yeah.
remember when Soul Calibur wasn't called Soul Calibur?
What was it called? Soul's Edge.
Something like that, yeah.
There was the
Very
first one
first-
did not have the name Soul Calibur. No,
Yeah. It was Soul,
Soul
something
Edge.
else.
It was
Yeah.
Soul Edge. Yeah.
and I think they realized that. So Soul Edge was the name of the sword that had the eye in it, right?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
they were like, "Yo, we can't sell a game that is centered around a bad guy." They were like, "We got to make this about the good guy." So
Fair.
they kind of rebranded it in that direction, I think.
I wonder. See, I remember that game looking good. I wonder if that's one of the ones where I go back and play it and I'm like, not so
Yeah,
much.
probably.
It's like a stage with like water splashing up on it, almost like you're on a raft or something. I vaguely remember that.
All right, now before we kick rocks, Reaper, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitch at Reaper PC, YouTube Reaper PC -live, and just search Reaper PC on Twitter, Instagram. You'll find me.
Mhm. Jay, what about you? Let the people know.
Definitely. JoltyJ, that's JolteJay on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. And you can also catch me every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the Guilty as Charged game show on the KXI network.
What's up? Heartless.
Yo. You guys know what it is. It's your boy Heartless, aka Street Jesus, aka I ain't got nothing else. Anyways, catch me on Twitch Heartless _99. Make sure you guys follow the KXI Network on Twitch. That is a team channel. You guys are going to be seeing the reruns running there 24/7. You're going to be seeing all the live shows heading over to the KXI Network. This show, as well as Fight Night Friday, will be migrating there soon enough. We also have Street Smarts and the Guilty as Charged game show every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You guys know the vibes. You guys know what it is. I love you all. It's your boy, The Heartless. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys, you're actually on my channel, so I don't really need to just follow us on our respective channels. But let me just give a proper sign off here, okay? And that's it for today's episode of Gamer Actual. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and leave a review. It really helps. You can follow us on all our respective Twitters. Links are in the show notes, and we'd love to hear from you and all your thoughts on our topics today. Now, thank you guys for tuning in. Actual gamers. I'm trying to coin the term actual gamers for our viewers, okay? So let's start. Listen. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. This man. Thank you guys for tuning in, actual gamers. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
We're gonna stop right there. Now, who the hell are we gonna raid out to?
Okay. We'll find somebody. I got you.
I just had to do the sign out before we raid it out. Guys, don't go nowhere. We're gonna spread the love.
You guys think about raiding over the we got Rose on.
You got Rose?
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep,
I had other suggestions,
Rose,
but then I
you guys gotta stay on. Rose got a new overlay that looks pretty nice. Check it out.
Yeah, give him a follow for the new overlay.
Yep.
Put these back.
So we got the Bellow Nice emote working.
Yes,
Bro,
it is.
let me drop it. Let me drop it in right now.
Jake
You can
Kitchen
drop it in
says,
too.
I'm glad I caught some of y'all. See you next time. Yo, catch you later, Jake. Yo, Jake, check your DMs. Yes, we do. Jake, check your DMs. Check your DMs.
He's flirting with you.
That's messed up.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna raid out the Rose.
I'm really about
Love
to
y'all.
add this nice emote to my bag.
Yep. It's already on the cake side.
Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Hey, yo,
Nice.
better be some saucy pics.
Yo, Jake is crazy.
Yo, have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely. Cash got me up.